What's going on, guys? It's the oh man, I forgot the name. The Gas Holes Podcast. Boy, that was all right. It's only our second episode. Shut up. So yes, it's we're recording Saturday night. Hopefully you're listening Sunday morning. We got the Coke 600 coming up this evening, and then we got oh shit, I forgot to pull it up. Well, I guess we got some more races. I don't know if what is it? Trucks on Tuesday or Monday?
I think so. Yeah. No, Xfinity's Monday.
Oh man, I'm so unprepared. That was the one thing I forgot to pull up.
God damn it.
Yeah, it's a pretty full week of racing, and then Cup races again this week again, right? Do they race on Wednesday again? I think.
Perhaps.
Well, hopefully you guys know better than we do, but again, we gotta. I'm excited for the truck race. I'll tell you that. That's. I guess we could talk about that at some point, maybe a little bit later. It's a shame that they're not. I mean, I guess they can't really start 47 cars, but or 47 trucks, excuse me. But it is going to be one of the most packed truck fields we have had in a minute. So make sure y'all tune into that race whenever the hell it is. Have you found it yet? Because I'm running out of words here to stall.
I've found Cup. Will that do okay?
Yeah. Do they race Wednesday?
Yeah, they do race Wednesday for 312 miles.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's.
I don't know where that number came from, but yes, 312 miles they are running.
All right. Well, hopefully it's not awful, I guess. But
it's another night race. It starts at 8:00 Wednesday night, so that's gonna be cool. And then Sunday they head to Bristol.
Yeah, I think. That's gonna be fun. I think that's one thing I do remember. This entire week of racing, all the races are in the evening. So they all start like the 600 as the earliest start time at 6, and then all the other ones start probably like 7:30, 8:00. So that's good, I guess. Grippy Charlotte's probably best Charlotte. So. Maybe the races won't be too awful. So, but anyways, we're gonna throw it on to you. So we started the podcast. We got a lot of comments and concerns. And what do you want to tell everybody?
To politely fuck off, but not quit listening. We got a lot of comments, folks. We got a lot of comments, and most of them were good. But the biggest suggestion we got was to do face cams for this podcast. And I'm an old school son of a bitch. I don't know about Cozy, but to me, a podcast is about the audio, is it not?
Oh, it absolutely is.
And somewhere, I blame Joe Rogan, podcasts had to become video. And it works for some people. Me and Cozy aren't the best looking guys. It's like 1 a.m, so lighting is an issue. It does not work. So
and y'all know what the hell we look like. Like we made videos. Yeah, we stream. Yeah. Y'all know what the hell we look like. Listen to the damn podcast and shut up.
Yeah, that's exactly why I guess we'll segue into this. We are on other platforms too. We know you don't all pay for the big money YouTube where you can close the app and listen. We're on Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio. I think we're supposed to be on there. If we're not on there yet.
iHeartRadio still exists?
Apparently.
Does anybody use that?
I think so. They're actually a pretty big company. Don't they host like a music festival?
I don't fucking know.
Well, either way, we're gonna be on there eventually if we're not already. Google Podcasts, Spreaker, and Spotify. Did I say Spotify already?
You said not, Spotify, but Spotify, yeah.
Spotify. That's the big one. I think most people listen on there.
Yeah.
I know on Apple Podcasts, and I don't know about Google because I don't use Google Podcasts because I have an iPhone. If there's an option to review us, please do that because that helps us out on those platforms a lot. I know some of you guys, I tweeted about it. Some of you guys did it on Apple, and we're really appreciative of that because we have 5 stars on there somehow, some way.
Hell yeah.
And and then like usual, like the YouTube stuff and all that. But the YouTube, I mean, we're not really struggling for plays there because everybody knows where to find it there.
Yeah, so it's on everything. Anything you got, anything you want to listen to, it's on there. So there you go.
And if there's a platform that we just do not know about that a lot of you like, tell me, and I can get us on there. I can get us on about anywhere. It's really cool, man. I don't know if you've ever been on there, but Spreaker, you don't have to go through like the RSS feed like you used to have to do and copy the link and put it in the stuff. They just have all the stuff integrated. So you just click connect, and it does all that, man. It sends you an email when you're ready.
I don't know what the hell Spreaker is. I'll be 100% honest with you.
It's like a podcast hosting thing.
It sounds like somebody tripped on their dick trying to say speaker. Why is it Spreaker?
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
I don't, because it's supposed to be like a speaker, but it's like Spreaker.
Somebody can't talk.
I don't know. I found out through it through the Cesara podcast. When we all know how great that was.
Oh,
But yeah, it's on there. You might have to listen to an ad before our episode or whatever on there. But I don't think so actually anymore because I pay the $7 a month.
Oh,
Um,
all right.
yeah, we need to get on like a merch deal quick because we're losing money on this deal already.
Anyways, yeah. So real quickly, I did find the schedule. So the Charlotte coming up. Make sure y'all watch some NASCAR, baby. We got obviously the Coke 600. Hopefully you're listening to this, but in the same day, and you're getting hyped for some NASCAR. The longest damn you might fall asleep during it, but 600 miles, baby. And so the day afterwards, we got the Xfinity race, Fox Sports 1, 7:30. The day after that, trucks, 8 p.m. Eastern, Fox Sports 1. The day after that, Cup Series, Fox Sports 1, 8 p.m. Eastern. So we got 4 days of NASCAR in a row. How about that?
My ass is still chapped, surprisingly. Like I usually would be really happy, but like I should be excited right now to wake up at like 8 a.m., watch one lap of Monaco, fall asleep, and then wake up again around noon and watch the only relevant IndyCar race of the year and go over to my grandparents and eat some burgers and whatnot, and then come home and watch the Coke 600 and probably be disappointed. But still, like every year I hold out hope. Every year I do.
Man, I totally forgot about that. Golly, man, I should be in Indianapolis right now, but I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Damn you, Rona. Damn you.
It sucks. Yeah, and so what's the deal? Do you have any inside sources? Is the first race with back still going to be the first race with back? Wow. The first base with race back. Fucking shit. The first fans race is going to be Indy, right? Is that like what they're saying?
I think so. I think like obviously nobody really knows. And
should I make the trip? Would it be worth it?
I'd love to have you there. It'd be great. I mean, I think you'd have a fun time. Obviously, the racing would be, I mean, it'd
but
be
they're doing the road course.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, it'll be 2 road courses, and then obviously the Brickyard 400. So, I mean, if you want to, like, if it happens, I mean, that's the only problem though. It's like nobody, I guess, really knows, and who knows, like, how close they're gonna cut it. Be like, oh yeah, by the way, you guys could come. But I think so. Here's the thing. So IMS, they've already like sign leaked on Twitter, and basically it was like here's how to socially distance. Like here's our guidelines, right? The thing with that though is I'm scared is that it's more or less for the Indy 500 in August, and then there won't be any fans for the July stuff. I hope it happens because we got pooed on for the whole Martinsville deal. I'm hoping some way, somehow I could get lucky with being at the first race back, just, planning to be there anyways. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to socially distance at a track, it's Indianapolis. That place is like stupid big, and nobody goes to the NASCAR stuff anyways. It's always like I'm telling you, everybody's been pooing on the Brickyard for the last couple years, and I get it, trust me. But I've been going to the Brickyard the last like 3-4 years, and it's a party. It's fun. It's great going to a NASCAR race where there's only like 500 people because there's just nothing going on. It's a great time. You could talk to people. You can move around without getting stuck in any traffic. You got the bleachers to yourself most of the time wherever you're sitting. I mean, they only got like 500,000 seats in the damn place. So I mean, you're not pressed up against any fat people, so it's great. It's a good time. It really is.
You just wait till I get there. No, but honestly, I've been thinking about it, and even if Indy's not the first one back, I might, if it's within like reasonable driving distance, and my reasonable driving distance is a lot further than most because I drove 10.5 hours just to come bowl with you.
Yeah,
but
good times.
Yeah, it was a good time. But really, I'm really thinking if it's on like the East Coast, somewhere the first race back, I might be there just to say I went. I feel like it'd be pretty cool.
Oh, absolutely. I'd be down to go. If it's not Indy, if it's somewhere close on the East Coast, I'd be down to make a drive. That's for damn sure. I've talked about this before, but like I'm at the point now, like I'm going fucking crazy. Like, and that's the thing, though. Like the Rona didn't change anything for me because I work from home anyways. But that's the thing, though. It's like that's how I stay not fucking crazy. Like I go to races, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I go to Martinsville, I go to Indianapolis, I take these trips, I take like a week off, and I just go have some fun. I vlog. I haven't done that since fucking Martinsville, and I'm fucking crazy right now. I'm like I'm shaking a little bit. It's like I need something. I need to get the fuck away. I need to go do something. So
Well, that's kind of where I'm at because I used to say I would never attend a NASCAR event at Indy. Because like, I do one day I want to go to the 500. But I would have to plan way in advance because I saw those damn benches y'all had to sit on last year, and yeah, I would not do that in 95-degree weather. But
yeah.
I mean, I'm to the point where I would go to a NASCAR race at Indy, and I don't get near as excited as you to go to a race besides Martinsville.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to go to Indy, so that says something about how long it's been.
Well, on the bright side, at least compared to like Martinsville, like there's a lot of stuff to do around Indianapolis. So that's the one like bright side. Like we talked about that the last podcast, like needing stuff to do outside of the track, you know, like outside of the racing itself to, you know, have a good time. Indy brings a lot of that. It really does. So hopefully you come. We'll go to SIK. We'll do some karting, and we can grab a burger. They got this nice. Sarah Fisher has this karting place, and you can kart. And then it's like attached to this bar and grill. It's really cool. You can get a big ass tenderloin. It's really great. So we'll go there. You can go to St. Elmo's, get us some.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, go to St. Elmo's, get some shrimp, and whatever the hell else is going on. Oh, dude, it's a good time, man. It is.
We got this place now down here, and we're completely going food now. I sent you that picture earlier, and it was in my Discord for some of the listeners. Oh my god! So there's this place. It's over in Cedar Bluff, Alabama. I live pretty close to Alabama state line. It's about 30-40 minute drive to this place, and they send a truck down to the Gulf once a week, and they bring fresh shrimp, crab, fish, all this stuff back up there. And it's not real. I don't think it's like frozen shit. It's fresh seafood up here in Northwest Georgia, Northeast Alabama. It's pretty cool because it's not really that far of a drive. You can be down there. I can be to Destin, Florida in like 6 hours. But we don't have a lot of seafood around here. You can go to Atlanta and get some, but up here we don't. And my God, was that good to eat. Because I'm not a big beach person, but and I'm not really a big seafood person, but I love going to the beach and getting me some shrimp. Oh man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's about all we got around here. Being from Maryland and pretty close to the damn coast, that's all we got is crab and shrimp and Old Bay and all that stupid shit. So,
see, I'm not a big crab guy. I'll eat it, but I go crazy over shrimp. I go absolutely insane.
That's my
best
favorite.
shrimp I ever had, surprisingly, was in Colorado. Place Colorado Springs. There's a place called The Famous Steakhouse.
All right.
I think, or The Famous. Yes, The Famous. It's called The Famous, and then under it says Ace Steak. It's really fucking stupid, but it's really fancy. They do the little like origami thing with your napkin.
Oh, cool.
So you sit down, you can put it on like a hat if you're a dumbass like me. And they play piano in there, and it's really nice, man. But surprisingly, I went in there expecting good steak, and they have lamb and all sorts of stuff because I love lamb, but I didn't get lamb. I got me a nice filet mignon, but they had a shrimp cocktail, and these shrimp were like the size of I don't even know what, but I mean they were just big old juicy, the kind of shrimp that gets like stuck in your teeth. Like that kind of, oh man, it was good. And they had the kind of spicy, almost like St. Elmo's cocktail sauce.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was good. And then we also went to a place I was up there called the Skirted Heifer. Sounds like the name for a strip club. When I told my mom I was at the Skirted Heifer, I thought she'd be mad. But
that's a plus size strip club.
yeah, they got. But anyway, you walk in, and I mean it's like the size of my closet. You go in there. And it's like a build your own burger place, and they put the cheese on there, but the cheese is huge, so it like melts off the burger and looks like a skirt. And their beef is grass fed, and usually grass fed beef's not as good as some of the other stuff, just being honest. And but best grass fed beef I've ever had. Both of these places are in Colorado Springs, so if you're ever in the area, I highly recommend. but yeah, really good burger, and you're packed in there elbow to asshole with all of Colorado Springs, and it's just, oh man, it's a good time. Colorado Springs, there's some good eating out there.
Oh man, now I'm hungry. I
Yeah.
hate you. We got to do the rest of this podcast before I can eat. Anyways, moving on, I guess. Before I
Sorry,
start,
you get me talking about food, and I can go forever.
before I start drooling a little bit over here. Anyways, so I guess we can hop into it. So we had Darlington week. We had what do we have? 3 Darlington races. I mean, I'll tell you what. I understand why they didn't do it, but this would have been a great opportunity to bring the trucks back to Darlington. That would have been pretty badass. But we had 3 races. We had 2 Cup races, an Xfinity race. I guess we'll talk about them. We'll go one at a time. This one shouldn't take too very long because there wasn't really a whole lot that went into Darlington 1. Well, aside from like okay, listen. I picked John Hunter Nemechek to finish last car. All right, that was one thing we forgot to do. We didn't bring up our picks. I remember I picked Truex for the second race, and he didn't win anything, so I lost.
Don't remember my picks. I think I said Reed Sorensen would finish last, and I think I said Hamlin. Didn't I have Hamlin and Harvick backwards? I think I said Hamlin would win the first one and Harvick would win the second one.
It sounds right.
I think I had them backwards. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. But listen here, gas holes. Listen up, gas holes. Listen up. I picked John Hunter Nemechek to finish last because he's kind of a reckless guy. All right. Now he finished 10th, and everybody roasted me. But what did he do on Wednesday? We'll talk about it here in a couple of minutes. Anyways, Darlington won. So Harvick won. Big whoop-de-fucking-do.
Yeah.
What else happened? I mean, like,
it was better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, same.
I would say that.
Same.
But Wednesday made me forget Sunday. Sunday was memorable until Wednesday happened, and then it was like, okay, Wednesday, that was a good fucking race. Darlington one was a good race because we hadn't seen racing in a long time.
Yeah.
And I think if there had been a race the week before, that still would have been a good race. I wouldn't have been that disappointed, but it wouldn't have been as great as it was. Man, I'm a fucking idiot. I literally forgot what I was trying to say.
Keep your foot in it. Keep your foot in it.
Yeah, it was a good race, but it wasn't as great as we thought it was, and Wednesday proved that. This race is making me. These 2 races actually have made me a believer in one-day shows, little to no practice.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to see qualifying, but if we get mid-week races, and I'm sure we'll talk about this later, where you qualify for one race and then there's like a drawing or invert or something for the next one, I'd be totally down for that because I really like what the invert did on Wednesday.
Yeah,
and we'll get to that later. But yeah, I liked Darlington 1. Like I said, it surprised me. It was kind of a boner deflator at the end because Harvick just kind of ran away with it.
Yeah.
Bowman though surprised me because Bowman, man, I always knew Bowman had talent. Well, I didn't always know, but once he filled in for Dale, I knew he had talent, and everybody shit on him and said he'd be gone after 1 year or whatever.
Yeah, there was a lot of people that
everybody
shit on
was
him.
on Byron's dick. But now it's like the roles are reversed. Like Byron doesn't suck. I don't like Byron, but Byron doesn't suck. But Bowman, it's a toss-up between him and Chase, I think. I mean,
yeah, I've been pleasantly surprised. Chase is like, the thing with Chase, man, like when he's on, but when he's off, he's off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's not all on Chase either, because like, man, it's hard to really gauge, especially with the aero package. Like, if you just get sometimes you just get stuck in traffic the entire race, and it's pretty fucking hard to claw yourself out sometimes just watching those races. And I think that's happened to him a lot in the last like year or two. But like when he gets up there to the front and when that car is handling good, he's on. But Bowman, man, I'm in the same way. Like he filled in for Dale Jr. that one time. He almost won Phoenix. The 88 crew at that time knew how to get around Phoenix anyways, because Dale Jr. was actually like he contended a couple times, and that was his last career win at Phoenix with the range shortened one. I remember that race. I woke up, or I fell asleep, and I woke up and it was raining and he won. It was cool, but yeah, like yeah, so it was like nobody really. I'm sure there's people calling it a fluke at the time, but yeah, dude, like that's the thing with him, man, and it makes you hopeful for all like the other guys who didn't get quite the shot, you know what I mean? Like Matty D, like another example of really starting to, kind of get some organizations underneath of him. But it really makes you wonder, like, because he dicked around with BK because he didn't have any other opportunities for a while, and it very well could have gone the other way, and he just lost a ride, and that was the end of Alex Bowman. But you see what he's doing already, 2 career wins, which is already, I mean, pretty damn good. Considering where he was at the last couple of years. I'm proud of him, man, because he, like I said, not like, especially these days in NASCAR, you don't see a lot of stories like that. You really don't. You see a lot of rich kids who get money behind them, and they just either suck or they're all right. Or, it's every once in a while you get one that turns out pretty good, but you don't see a lot of those guys that scrape and claw and dick around with PK Racing, and they get a shot like that and actually really go out there and do something with it. So
it stood out to me because, like, I think it was one of the last restarts where he sent it into like 3, and he was door to door with Harvick, who Harvick is one of, like, I mean, he won, that was his 50th win or whatever. I mean,
yeah.
Alex Bowman going door to door with Harvick. I know he didn't win, but like 5 years ago, if you thought 3 and 4 at Darlington for the lead, you'd see Harvick and Bowman door to door.
Yeah,
slugging it out. Like, would you have ever thought that?
Yeah, it's.
I wouldn't have.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, man, it's like good for him. Good for him, and good for Hendrick too, because that was kind of like a diamond in the rough. That was a nice surprise, I guess, for Hendrick, because Lord knows they need it. So now, I mean, Jimmy's kind of on his way out, and you got 3 guys you could build around, I guess. Bill's kind of questionable. He's had good runs, and I think he'll get there eventually. But yeah, Bowman, man, that's the thing, though. Hendrick Motorsports has never had 4 cars that all did good at the same time.
No,
never, not
Never.
once, not one season. So there's always got to be that guy, on the.
And every year though, there's always that one person that's not running good, and everybody shits on him. And they're like, well, he's driving for Hendrick. But I mean, if you look, like you said, they've never had 4 cars running good. Speaking of Hendrick, though, we didn't put it in our little show outline because we're professionals and we do one of those. Whatever the fuck Jimmy did.
Oh man, I almost forgot about that. How could we forgot about that?
Dude, I felt so bad. First of all, though, little Moonhead asses chapped segment here. All the people on Sunday, was it Sunday? Yes, Sunday. Grown ass men, not just for the Jimmy thing, tweeting like, "Hi man, I'm about to cry over this. Racing's back," or "Oh, Jimmy wrecked. I'm about to cry." Have more self-respect. Don't be a pussy. Don't cry. Like, if someone dies in a race, cry. If, Chase Briscoe's deal, cry. Jimmy wrecking himself at the end of a stage, don't cry. God damn, that pissed me off.
When you put it like that, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I didn't really see I did see one of those.
I saw like 10 people at different times for various things. Like, man, I'm on the verge of tears. I'm like, for what? Yeah, racing's back. Good, be happy. Oh, Jimmy stepped on his dick. Oh, well, it's like the Briscoe thing. Yeah, like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't cry, but like I was close. I was emotional. It was like, that's a great story. When Newman got his head about taking off at Daytona, I about cried because I was like, for sure, I just watched a man die. Jimmy eating shit off of turn 2. I was like, God damn, that sucks. Oh well, took another bite of my burger.
Yeah, was it a good burger?
It was a real good burger.
Oh hell yeah. A lot of mistakes, and I guess you can. I mean, yeah, all right. They had a break for a while, so I understand it. But man, Jimmy Johnson, what is he doing, baby?
7-time champion. He's won 80 something races. Right, he's up in there now, right?
83, I think.
Yeah, he's in the 80s. I know that much.
Yeah,
and you do something like that on the last lap of a stage?
Yeah.
Like, that's something a rookie does. Not even a rookie. I mean, that's on up there with Hildebrand and the Indy 500 that time, trying to run the high groove in Indy passing the lap car.
I don't want to relive that. But I guess it's appropriate since we should have the Indy 500 tomorrow, but we don't because Rona.
But really, wouldn't you put that, like, I mean, that was that style of mistake. That was a rookie. The only difference is Hildebrand he was a rookie when he did that, I think.
Pretty sure. He was a rookie. But yeah. I mean,
just back off.
Yeah.
Like that's all you had to do. It
I
wasn't
mean,
like it was a close race either. Like,
yeah,
there wasn't anybody near him.
I don't remember who was in second, but like he wasn't close. He wasn't far
It was
away.
Willie B.
Was it?
Yeah, it was Willie B.
Oh,
'Cause,
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Chad
yeah.
Knaus was like, "Oh shit, we won a stage." They
Yeah.
fucking like. That's the thing. You have your teammate behind you. You know he's not gonna do
Yeah.
something stupid over a
Yeah,
stage. Let
yeah.
Chris Buescher figure out turn 2, past him in 3 and 4, where you can actually pass. Oh god, it was terrible. And
Yeah.
Buescher, like, it wasn't like Buescher was erratic. Like, he was running the bottom. I don't know what Jimmy was doing. He went to the apron and drifted up into it. Like, it's just so. And like, nobody wanted. I'm not gonna say nobody wanted to see it more because I'm sure there's somebody. But like, I really wanted Jimmy to win that race. I really did. When I saw him out front, I was hoping like that's the perfect way for NASCAR to come back is for Jimmy to win and go on a tear through the summer and right off into the sunset. Boy, did that dream shatter quick. Shattered with the fucking front end of that 48 Chevy.
Oh, poor Jimmy. Yeah. I guess we also could talk about another rookie mistake. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who's on probably his 13th rookie mistake by now.
Oh, God. I tried to defend the dude because I will die on this hill. I think Stenhouse is one of the most naturally talented drivers in NASCAR right now.
Yeah, you've defended him for a long time, and you're
he just can't harness it. He just cannot harness it. He is like 2007 Kyle Busch on crack. That is literally what he is. Like I try to defend the guy. He's proven many times he can drive. Won 2 Xfinity championships in a row. He's won all those races. He has made some ballsy moves on the plate tracks. I know he's caused some wrecks, but he's won 2 plate races, and not plate races that everybody else wrecked in. I'm talking, plate races where he was up there slugging it out with the best of them.
And he's put some good runs together. He had a couple good runs in Cup at Bristol back when like Roush was like really iffy. But that's a track where it's like the talent really comes out there. So despite the poo Roush,
there were like 3 or 4 years where every year you go there and Stenhouse was gonna finish pretty good.
He was a
top 5s.
Yeah, he was a top 5 guy. Like you could like that was one of those weeks like you could always bank on him probably running top 5, top 10. But yeah, no, I'm the same way. I really like Ricky Stenhouse, and I love how aggressive he is. He can hustle the shit out of it. But man, he's pretty boneheaded sometimes. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I can't defend what he did in Darlington. That was bad, and I think a lot of fans give him too much shit because like he really hasn't caused as many wrecks as people like to say, and he's nowhere near as bad as a lot of like. He's better than a lot of guys we have in Cup today. I think there's a lot of guys who eat shit a lot more frequently.
Yeah, all it took was like 1 or 2 like bad incidents, and then all like. Collectively, everybody just got on the like Ricky Stenhouse as a just causes too many wrecks bandwagon, and now anytime he's involved in anything, everybody just defaults back to the he's a just typical Ricky Stenhouse. Now I absolutely agree. He gets way too much shit because he's definitely a lot better than most. Once again, the equipment is questionable, especially these days with the poo poo JTG. Yikes.
Yeah.
What is he doing, baby? What is he doing? Lap 1.
What a fall from grace for that team. Not really a fall from grace, but JTG was like on pace to be a pretty good team there for a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, they were getting there, and then they just kind of stalled, and then they just kind of,
They had Allmendinger, and was Buescher there with Allmendinger? Yeah. That year, I felt like they did pretty good. I mean, Allmendinger had some good runs at Martinsville. Obviously, won at Watkins Glen.
They should have won Daytona that one year. Was that the 500? The end of that race? It was either the 500 or the 400. I just remember.
I think it was the 400.
They got linked up together, and Allmendinger, he made a move or something and got separated from him. If they just would have linked up, they could have won the damn race. But for some sort of something like that. But no, I mean, like, because, like, they came from, I mean, they'd been around for a while, but they finally got around to, like, top 15, top 20, like, somewhere around in there. Like, that's pretty hard to do these days in Cup. And, Yeah, the roster's not looking too pretty anymore. Especially like again, Stenhouse, I love him, but if he's gonna be turning up a lot of cards, it's something JTG can. I would assume. Well, no team can really afford it, but JTG especially. So.
Yeah, and also I think Priest was overhyped. I think Priest is
Yeah.
one of the best short track racers you'll find, but anything other than that,
Yeah,
he's not
and it's
very good.
I can't really blame him either because considering what the like if you put him in a car like 10 years ago, he'd probably be a hell of a lot better than what he is now, but all it is just aero racing, and I guarantee you they don't have a lot of aero racing in modifieds. So
Yeah, maybe at New Hampshire.
yeah, New Hampshire.
For whatever reason, that makes zero sense to me how they make it a pack race there. But I don't know.
Yeah, remember those years Ryan Newman always entering in the modified races, and those were always on like you could watch them. The ones at Bristol, he always did like Bristol and New Hampshire.
Man.
Those are good times.
Remember that one wreck where they all wrecked and they stacked on top of each other and shit?
Yeah, I was just about to bring that one up. As soon as I said Bristol, that one popped into my head. They just all wadded them up. I remember that shit. I don't remember what year that was.
Newman he spun and then they piled up behind him and he let it roll backwards, and like they had like an onboard, I think, and you could see him looking at the wreck as he was rolling away from it. He wasn't in the wreck. He was just going backwards.
Yeah. Oh man, good times, man. Good times. That's it, dude. I hate to say it, but we should have saw some damn modifieds at Martinsville this year. I will forever be upset about that.
I forgot, dude.
The big return modifieds to Martinsville in Rona.
God damn it, man! It ruins everything. It really does.
Yeah, what a shitty time to be alive. Anyways, well that oh man, okay, you wrote down fan shit show on Twitter too.
Oh yeah, okay,
I don't know anything about this, so go ahead.
Neither do I really, but I figured I'd touch on it because I maybe some of our viewers can enlighten us. But since Twitter is just stupid, and if somebody you follow likes a tweet, you see it now. Well, it's been like that for about a year or two. But I came across a thread. Apparently, there's this crazy Alex Bowman fangirl on Twitter, and
those are never good.
There's multiple of them, but what I gathered through some of the threads is he blocked her from viewing his Instagram stories, and she flipped shit and started tweeting at him about it, and then started tweeting like just being upset, mad, obsessing. And then people started roasting this person for it. And then they started playing the I'm being bullied card. And it turned into drama from Bowman fan group chats spilling out onto Twitter. Onto like, like the NASCAR online community is an interesting thing because you've got like the big dogs, you got the semi-relevance, you got the not relevance with me and some others, and then you got the kids. And then you got the crazies, and the kids and the crazies sometimes team up and unite and form their own little subgroup. It was kind of that little subgroup, and it was just an all-out war in that area. So I don't know. Maybe our viewers can enlighten us. But I know there was some sort of Bowman fan shit show that stemmed from an obsessive fan being blocked from viewing an Instagram story. What you'd have to think he'd have a reason to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be more to this story.
Yeah.
Because you don't just block your biggest fan from viewing your shit, do you?
If they're fucking annoying, yes.
Well, yeah, you would. That's what I'm saying. But then that's not on him, in my opinion.
Here's the thing. There's like you have fans, right? And you just have the fucking annoying ones that just don't like. Okay, I don't know. Like I get it, but like there's just some people that just don't take the hint. And trust me, I have been on this side of this. Some people just don't fucking take the hint. People either try to be funny, or they just like they're just annoying. And like if I'm not going down this hole. I'm not doing it. On to the next subject.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That brings us to the mailbag.
Yeah. All right. The first edition.
All right. Maybe the last, depending on how this goes. I guess I'll just go.
Well, first off, tell them how you can do this for next week. The email.
Yeah. All right. For Moonhead's mailbag, which is really both of our mailbags, it just sounds better if we say Moonhead's because the email is askmoonhead@gmail.com. You can send us a question about anything. And as long as it's not too fucking stupid, we'll read it and we'll answer it. Unless
Speaking
we get
of
a
stupid,
ton.
can you spell that email out for the stupid people?
ASCKMOONHEAD at gmail.com.
All right.
Okay, there we go. I was
You win a
making sure I
gold
get it right.
star for that.
All right. But yeah, I mean, if something happens and there's just a shitload of questions, we'll try to filter through them. But this week we didn't get too many because we didn't really promote it. And I haven't read any of these, so hopefully they're not too stupid. But our first question comes from Brian Grime. I've asked him before, and I don't remember how to say
related
his
to Rick.
name. I don't know. But he writes, "What is your favorite song at the moment?" And I'm going to throw that to you, Cozy.
Favorite song at the moment?
Yes.
Why'd you throw it to me? Why can't you answer it?
Because we're both supposed to answer it.
I wasn't ready for that, man.
Well, neither was I. I haven't read the questions yet.
I don't. All right. I'm not proud of this one. but I don't know why I was watching Family Guy and they used this in like a cut and I was just I was banging. I was jamming, man. I was just jamming. All right. All I Want to Do by Sheryl Crow. I'm not proud of it, but it's a banger.
Oh, man.
Let's give it a listen. Tell me you don't tap your foot to it, man.
I'll give it a listen later. Man, I don't know. So, I have a very wide selection of music. I like that 6 Feet Apart song by Luke Combs. I've actually been listening to a good bit of Pop
Combs?
Smoke. Yeah.
Like multiple combs, hair combs. Like, how does you spell it?
COMBS.
Okay,
But I've been listening to a good bit of Pop Smoke. Rest in peace. I wasn't really a big fan before he died. Just didn't know many of his songs. But I've been blasting Welcome to the Party a lot. And trying to think. Till It's Gone by Yellow Wolf. It's kind of one I've banged for a long time, but I've been listening to it a lot lately. So those are the 3 main ones I think of right away for current songs I'm listening to. Next question comes from Mike Starr. And he writes, "What are your opinions on weekday races?" I'll go ahead. I love them. I mean, I absolutely love them. And I hope that the ratings are decent enough to motivate the NASCAR folks and networks to do more of them, especially through the summer.
Oh, hell yeah.
When there's other sports going on and stuff football mainly in the fall, maybe not do them then. But I think through the summer, there's no reason why we shouldn't get at least, at the very least, 3 weekday races a summer. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, that'd be fun. Do some short track action.
Yeah.
Midweek short track action, dude. That'd be a lot of fun. That'd be something, fun to look forward to and a nice little pick me up in the middle of the week. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'd love it. The ratings, I haven't paid attention to the ratings thing besides the first one. Everybody thought NASCAR was going to do football numbers on Sunday,
ratings.
and they were disappointed. Then you get these IndyCar assholes who were like, "Well, it's never going to get back to what it was." And all that. In my opinion, and I tried explaining it to this kid on Twitter who's a David Land fanboy, so there's no getting through to him.
That's tough.
But when I say that NASCAR, I think, could get back to what it was, I don't think it'll match the ratings of what it was because there's more shit out there. There weren't Twitch streams back in the day. There weren't video games. Like the whole culture of the world has changed.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a lot more out there for you to consume. Podcast. You could be listening to this podcast instead of watching the race tomorrow night. Will you do that? Probably not, but it's an option. And there's plenty of other options out there too. So when I say that, I think NASCAR could become mainstream again. It could become, it could compete with football again. Maybe. I think it's going to take midweek races to do that. So yes, I am all for weekday races with little to no practice and short qualifying or even drawings and inverts based off other shit. What do you think, Cozy? I think you answered, didn't you?
No, I'm all for it. I don't think NASCAR is ever going to compete with football, but yeah, I'm all for it. Fuck the ratings. They are what they are.
My argument for the football thing, and it's wishful thinking. I'm not one of these big optimists like, oh, look at the stands, they're full. But like, I do think not this year, not next year, not even in 2 years, but maybe 5 years from now when we get a next gen car and something changes and races become events and midweek races and all this. I think that something could just click in people's head and racing could become something that competes with football. Maybe not beats it, but it's right there.
Yeah,
I think it could happen. I really do.
The only thing I'll say is that NASCAR has the potential to, but it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? like NASCAR was very cool. NASCAR is not cool anymore, and the steps they have to take to make NASCAR cool again in a whole, from broadcast to event to on-track product to driver personalities to just everything that makes the sport run has to be, come back and be perfect. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to happen. I hope so, but they have a lot of steps to take.
Because you're not going to get people hooked on mile-and-a-half racing if they haven't been watching racing their whole life.
Yeah.
So on to the next. Isaac McKissick writes, yes, I have a couple of questions. You do not have to include that in your question. We if you're emailing us, we know you have a question. But thanks for that, Isaac, in case there was any confusion. One, do you think Chase will give payback to Kyle anytime soon? We can go ahead and answer that. I don't know. I mean, it's already come out. No. Maybe he'll race him hard, but I wouldn't be worth it.
Like if it's like late race and he's in front of him, he might get a boop. But that's about it.
I think he would have gotten a boop to begin with. Like I mean, Chase cleaned Denny out, or cleaned what's his name, Keselowski out before Denny cleaned him out at Martinsville that year. Chase is willing to run over somebody for a win. He did it to Ty Dillon in Canada. Like everybody forgets that, but Chase is more than willing. I don't think Chase is going to go out of his way to pay him back. I really don't. I think
he won't go out of his way.
2, what races are you going to this year? I guess we kind of touched on that earlier. As long as fans are allowed, I'll be at Martinsville in the fall.
Me too.
And then, like I said, if it's close enough and my schedule works out, because I got some things coming up in my life here soon, but I really want to be at the first race back. So there's a good chance you'll see me there.
Yeah. Martinsville fall for both of us, I guess. If fans are allowed, I'll be at the Indy 500 whenever that happens, August, October. If it's with fans, I'll be there. July, if that happens, Indianapolis, I'll be there. Financially, depending, I might just take a trip to Bristol for the playoff race. I'm kind of feeling that. I think we should try to go to that.
Yeah, if you do that, I will be there too.
All right, there it is.
All right, and third, God damn, Isaac, he was eager.
3-piece.
3 for Dale, number 3 for Dale. Who do you think wins the Rookie of the Year award? Who are the rookies? Is Brennan Poole?
Brennan
He's the
Poole,
only one, ain't he?
No, it's a stack. Christopher Bell. Did you forget about that guy? It's easy.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Well, Quinn Hoof. Half. I guess stop calling him Hoof. Quinn Half. Brennan Poole. Custer, Bell, and then Reddick. I think there might be another one or two.
If you'd have asked me this in the winter, I'd have said Custer, but I think Reddick.
I'm with you. I would have said Custer.
I think Custer will be close. I think he'll figure it out. This is a big.
Hunter Nemechek. That's another one.
Well, okay.
Not that it really changes anything.
Change my power rankings. I think Custer has just got some shit to figure out. But I think he'll give Reddick a run for his money. Equipment-wise, if Custer really figures it out, I think he could win it. But, man, Reddick has just been on it. He might save RCR.
Whoa!
I'm being honest. I have not been this optimistic for RCR in a long time. Have you?
No.
Really. They haven't given us any reason to be. And, I would not be surprised to see Reddick win a race. I think some shit would have to happen, but it wouldn't surprise me if he won a race. I don't think he'll just go out there and dominate one, but I think he could late race restart or something where he just goes balls to the wall. I could see him fucking wheeling it around somebody.
Yeah. I was gonna say just another brief rip on the package. Poor Cole Custer, man. absolutely tore up in the Xfinity Series with that high horsepower and low downforce, and then just got sent into this horse shit that is the low down or high downforce, low horsepower package. I feel for him.
So did Reddick.
So did Reddick, but man, Custer, dude, he thrived on that shit, man. He thrived. Like Homestead, Chicago, like a lot of those like high groove tracks, dude. You could just rip that shit, man. Dude, he was hustling that stuff, man.
See, Custer, really, honestly, I've kind of forgot. So, really, Custer should be my driver now because he was my Xfinity guy, and then I just completely forgot about him when he came to Cup. Then the Rona happened, and Larson said the N-word, and then I was stuck really without a driver. Besides, I want to support Blaney, but I also want to fucking throat punch his spotter, so I can't really support that team. So I guess I say I'm a Newman fan right now just because of the story.
Yeah, we all love Newman.
And I'd love to see him win a race this year.
Yeah.
And I don't know that it'll happen. It won't happen off of speed, but I think the dude's got a lot of talent, and I think he really shines in equipment that's not great.
He's due for another stay out on older tires, but somehow hold the fuck on and wins on like a greenway. He's due for one of those.
Yeah, and I think it'll happen. Maybe not this year, but I think it'll happen.
Yeah. For sure.
So moving on, Louis or Luis? I think it's Louis Braun.
Oh, I'm glad you're doing this so I don't have to butcher the names.
This is actually Connor Braun because the email is Connor, but the name's Louis. I don't know. How about Suarez to the 36 and John Hunter in the 38 for front row next year sent from my iPhone? No, that doesn't make any. No.
Well,
there
all
was
right.
a question mark at the end of that. I don't see that happening, but thanks for your question. Next question. Blake Walker from Parts Unknown writes, "Hey Travis and Cozy, loved the episode." Well, thank you, Blake. Nice of you to say that. My question is, what are your thoughts on all these dirt tracks opening back up to packed grandstands? Videos have surfaced from the World of Outlaws races the past couple of days, and no one seems to spread out nor wearing masks. Should these tracks just let people do whatever, and if they get Rona, they get Rona, or should they still be a little more strict? Thanks for the great content from both of you. Well, thank you for that, Blake. I guess I'll start. My opinion is, obviously local governments are letting them open back up. It sucks. I hope these people are being responsible in the sense that if they are going to the track, I hope they're not just running around all willy-nilly outside of the track, especially to like essential functions where older people do have to go. But I personally, the track I'm going to be racing at here soon is about to open up. I'll be there. Maybe I'll have a mask, maybe I won't. But going to the track, I'm not scared of it. I don't care if somebody gets near me at the track. But I'm not going to bring my grandparents or my newborn cousin to the track either. And I hope people who are going to the track, like myself, won't be going around people who are at risk or leaving directly from the track and going into Walmart or something with old people the next day. But no, me personally, I don't give a shit what happens at the track. If somebody doesn't like that, they don't have to go to the track. They can stay home and they can do their thing there. But me personally, nobody in my household is at risk. We're all young and fairly healthy folks. So from that standpoint, I'm all for going to the track.
So here's the
thing. You have more of a career than I do. Be careful here, buddy.
No, I'm just gonna say, like, I'm not a fucking scientist. I don't know if it's good or not. I believe there's probably some smart people out there who kind of know what the hell they're doing, and can make decisions. My biggest thing is, like, obviously everybody, I would hope, knows at least a bit about the virus and how it works. Mostly just, like, you know, if you got to go visit grandma the next day, maybe don't go to the dirt track the night before and, you know, start trading dirt with the dude sitting next to you. But, I mean, fuck it. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I would prefer. I would feel better going to the track if I knew that they were going to be enforcing stuff where everybody's not going to be elbow to asshole. But like I said, if I get there and that's how it is, I'm going to fucking race and I'll just, I'm not going to be going. Because since this shit started, man, I don't remember the last time I've been inside a Walmart. I've done grocery pickup. Only real store I've been in is a local sporting goods store, Dunham's, to get fishing stuff. And that's only been like twice. Other than that, few late night trips to Waffle House, which only allows a handful of people in there. I haven't been going around many places, and I locally our numbers are way down. So I don't, like I said, I'm not that worried about it.
The numbers really aren't bad around here either, to be honest. Like my county, like Maryland is not great, but like Maryland also has Baltimore and Annapolis, and like my area isn't that bad, surprisingly, somehow.
Ours flared up, and we had. It's gonna sound low because there's places that have millions, but our county was in the hundreds, I think, at one point. But it just kind of fizzled off, whatever the expression is. It bothers me because so much of this, what you're reading, is politically driven, and I don't think the virus is a hoax or anything, but I do think that you have to be careful what you read and what you believe, because I think some places are ready to open back up, and there's some political motives that are keeping that from happening. But I'm not going to go into that. I don't want to sound like some fucking nut job.
Most importantly, stay the fuck. Just like chill out.
Stay home if you don't have a reason. Like I don't, even around here where our numbers are down, I'm not crazy about bars opening back up and shit. A racetrack, I'm a little biased, but like you're not packed in a race day, at least not any of the ones locally here. Like, the pits are kind of crowded, but like still you can stay 6 feet apart.
You got to feel for the dirt tracks too, because they kind of need to open, because we're already losing tracks bad enough, man. If they stay closed for a long period of time, it's not good.
The bars could easily stay afloat if they just did social distance opening. Like we have them here now doing concerts and shit again. I think that's a little too soon. Dirt track though, I mean, good to get some money flowing for the local economies and whatnot. All right, and our last question, I believe it's our last question. Yeah, hopefully we answered your question there, Blake. I don't know how bad I rambled. Golf Kid 100 writes, for Cozy and you, if you could take one thing from older NASCAR, let's say before Dale died in 2001, and bring it to current NASCAR, what would it be? I'll let you take this one first.
The ability of the cars to fucking race, not stupid.
God damn it, you took mine. Oh man, I would what would I do? It'd be something like that. I don't know if I could somehow take the popularity of the sport in the 90s and put it in the one now. I'd honestly probably personality. I'd want less corporate puppets in the cars. I would want drivers who I'd want sponsors in the sport that they give a fuck about what's said. Like obviously I'm not Larson sponsors should have left, but I'm saying there should be I saw a lot of people when Chase flipped Kyle off saying, "Oh, I hope Napa doesn't leave." That should not even be a question.
Yeah.
Like I want people to be able to show emotion, do and say what they want to an extent. They want to get out and throw punches after the race, they should be able to do it. I want to see emotion like I saw back in the day. That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah, there's that's the thing. We talk about how it used to be, and the sad part about it is it'll never be like it used to be. It just won't.
And for good reason. A lot of the stuff, if we had it today, we wouldn't like. Like, I know we complain about some of the gimmicks, but I like stage racing outside of road courses. And
that's a story for another day.
I like lucky dogs. I like double file restarts. I like all that. But man, emotion. That's really the big one. Emotion, and then like you said, the ability to actually race.
Yeah, and I'd like to just like take like if I had a nickel for every time I heard somebody or saw somebody talk about, just take the damn splitter off and raise them ride heights up, man, and shoot, man. There's not a bigger pet. Well, that's not true, but I can't fucking stand. Like, look, listen, look. No, I don't even know where to, like, shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up. You don't build race cars. You don't know how the fuck they work. I don't know how the fuck they work either. Point being, they fucking worked pretty well. Albeit they weren't as safe as what, they are now. All right? But, man, those cars fucking, they put on some good racing. Like, back in the days where you could, like it was more like you're driving a fucking car instead of driving the air and all that stupid shit. You know what I mean? Like,
well, but there weren't the motor mattered the most back in the day, really, if you think about it. It wasn't a big engineering aero game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I don't know,
and
even
reliability as well.
If they took the same package that they had back in the day and put it on now with advanced safety features and all that, the racing might suck now, because it's not just a couple of good old boys building a car. It's fucking actual smart people. And I don't mean the good old boys aren't smart, but you know what I mean. There's people. Yeah, these guys got numbers on their SAT, not drool.
No, I was gonna say, that was another thing. I think we talked about that in the last podcast. The longer races, like back in the day, like it was a big deal to finish the Coke 600. Like it was engines. Like, remember when engines blew? Like,
you got to be fucking kidding me. Remember that?
No. What was that from?
Remember that? It was like, I think it was the year Junior ran out of gas. Jimmy Johnson blew an engine their late race, and they cut to it, and for whatever reason, they decided to put the audio on, and as soon as they did, you just hear shaking us. You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, I do remember that, yeah. But yeah, that wasn't even like that long ago. It just
it was 10 years ago, 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah, it's just the technology and everything's just gotten a little bit better, and it's pretty rare now when you see an engine go like that. I guess Priest had one when he's man, we should probably get to that, huh? The Darlington 2 recap.
Oh yeah, there was another race, wasn't there?
Yeah, there
was. How long
was.
have we been going?
57 minutes. Hello, if you're still listening. How you doing? Great to have you here.
If you just woke up, we're about to head into Darlington too.
Woo! All right.
Well, racing on a Wednesday night. Have we, in our lifetime, ever seen a cup race on a Wednesday night?
No. The last one was like a long time ago. I don't remember what year it was, but it has been a long time. Yeah,
because I think I've seen some Tuesday afternoon races. Just from rain and shit, but yeah, I don't recall a Wednesday race.
Yeah, it was.
I guess for good reason. It hasn't happened.
Yeah, there was a stat for it, and it was. I want to say it was like maybe 30 years ago, 36 years ago, or something like that. Was the last Wednesday night race. Okay. But yeah. Anyways.
I hate to be this guy, but you're gonna have to start with the Darlington 2 recap, because me and my dogs were out getting chicken at Jack's. So I was listening, and I heard John Hunter backed it into the wall.
Yeah, that's right. We got it. Okay, y'all remember when y'all roasted me for picking Hunter Nemechek for finishing last car? Well, he did. Actually, no, did he? Let's check here.
I don't know that he finished last, because I think he kept going.
Yeah, he did. Okay, so he finished. Oh wow, he actually finished. Where the hell is he at? Okay, he finished 35th. So Ryan Priest finished last car because he blew an engine. Obviously Chase Elliott ate shit. He ended up finishing second to last.
Oh, that chapped my ass. The Priest thing. So I've started playing DraftKings during the iRacing thing, and it's harder than I thought. I thought DraftKings would be easy because I love NASCAR, but like spots gained and all that playoff factor. In fact, I don't even know the whole formula. So I big dicked it. Well, I didn't really big dick it. I put $5 in my DraftKings thing, and I played 5 different, I think it was 5. Yeah, because I played some of the 25-cent ones, and I was like, man, I got me some lineups here. I'm probably gonna win me some money, only putting a little bit in. I put 5 in, and by the end of the night, I won a fucking $1. and I selected Brian Priest because I was like, there's no way Ty Dillon does good. And Ty Dillon actually had a decent night. And Priest blew up. Yeah, I think I had Chase in one lineup. It was just a fucking disaster, and I won $1.
Oh, yeah, no, it's a lot harder than what you think it'd be. But yeah, it was very weird because they did the invert, and I am full like I think it's really cool for a lot of different ways, and there's plenty of people out there that just like can't be pleased by anything in the world, so they gotta complain about it and call it this or that. I thought it was really fucking cool, especially for some of those guys like Ty Dillon and Ryan Priest. Ty Dillon's 1-2 stage is good for him. Ryan Priest, I doubt he has very many career highlights, but I think it was really cool to just give those guys a go. Give the sponsors a go. Like it like Ty Dillon, surprise. Like honestly, Ty Dillon. Like I don't know how he stacks up against Austin Dillon, but he did pretty damn good during the Wednesday race.
A lot with a lot little. A lot.
Never mind. Yeah, we'll just ignore that. Anyways, so he took the lead and he led for a while, and
oh my god, I'm a dumbass.
Yeah, we know. So then he lost the lead. I can't remember if Logano took the lead or if it was Priest who took the lead. I think it was Logano, and there was a restart, and he took it back. And I was like, oh shit, Ty Dillon, all right. And then he lost it, and that was the last we ever heard of him. But no, I think it was really cool because I mean, when are you gonna see a Ryan Priest, Ty Dillon starting front row? Never.
I liked it. Did you see E-Step and Matt Weaver's wife or old lady or whatever? With their little argument?
No, I don't Twitter enough.
God damn! Oh, I gotta feed my rabbit. She's going nuts. But basically, what happened was, he called it a gimmick, but not in like a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
And Weaver disagreed, and I like Matt Weaver. Seems like a cool dude. But my God, does his old lady wear the pants in the family? Because anytime something happens, that chick is just in it and going hard. Dave Portnoy from Barstool roasted her one time on the Barstool Racing podcast, whatever it's called, with Boyer. He like counted how many times she had tweeted at him. Went into it, but God Almighty, dude, she's so bad. It's death, taxes, and her playing the victim or getting involved in Matt's battles. It's guaranteed. But they were gonna, and then E-Step tweeted her a picture of the definition of the word gimmick, and then she said that makes him look like a douche or a dick or something. I don't know, but it was pretty funny. E-Step was right. I didn't think E-Step said anything wrong. He wasn't calling it a gimmick for a bit. It was a gimmick, was it not? I thought it was a gimmick. It was a good gimmick. Gimmicks are good sometimes. Gimmicks are bad other times.
Yeah, I don't really give a shit what you call it. I liked it. It was cool.
It was 100% a gimmick, and I loved it. If every gimmick was like that, I'd be a gimmick advocate. But speaking of gimmick.
Don't hurt yourself, buddy.
Did I say gimmick it?
I don't know what you said.
Speaking of gimmicks, I forgot to put this on the outline, but Austin Dillon caused quite a fuss on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
About the choose cone. I like it.
I like it too.
Short tracks. Maybe if they just did it for short tracks.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like, something like, well, yeah, you're right. I was going to say, I guess it would come in handy for all. I mean, well, maybe not Richmond. Richmond, who gives a shit about Richmond? But like Bristol, Martinsville,
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. Or maybe I wish they'd move the goddamn All-Star race to a short track and try it there. See how it works there, and then we'll know.
Yeah,
I think it'd be fucking cool.
That's another story for another day. But the All-Star race has overstayed its welcome at Charlotte. I'm sure there's a lot of people who enjoy going there every year and being confused by the format. But for all of us watching at home, it's overstayed the welcome. But we'll talk about that.
Do a night race on the Roval or something, for God's sake. Put them on the dirt track at Charlotte. Drag race the motherfuckers 4 wide at Charlotte if they want to keep it there. Get it off the goddamn oval. Legends Oval even. But get it off the big oval. But God, could you imagine Martinsville, top 6, take the inside line. Ryan Newman in 7th, starts first on the outside, fucking packs it in there on the outside. Oh man, it'd be great. Would it not be great? I think it'd be great.
Yeah. No, I agree with that, man. The I don't know. Should you explain it for those who aren't cultured and don't know what the hell a choose cone is?
Yeah, if you've been living under a rock, nah. Honestly, I didn't know until about 10 years ago.
Oh, well, you have a lot
It's
of time to think about it.
a lot of short tracks out there have what's called a choose cone. They go out there under caution. They put a cone on like the back straightaway or something, getting ready to come to 1 to green. You go inside of the cone if you want to start on the inside. If you want to start on the outside, you go outside of the cone. So, leader, if he wants to start on the inside, that wouldn't change anything because they get lane choice. If he wants to start on the inside, he could go to the inside. Second place, if he wanted to start behind the leader, he could go to the inside. If he wanted to be on the wanted to lead the outside line, I guess you'd say, he'd go high. And then just like that all the way through the field. Basically, everybody gets lane choice. Where the strategy comes in is late race. If everybody wants the inside, you're like 5th through 10th, and you want to jump up there, lead the outside line, and try something, you can do it. I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be
No,
really
I agree. There's one thing I wanted to comment. I saw some it might have been Matt Weaver. I think he was talking about it. He was just somebody was like, well, that'll just lead to a single file restart. Well, if you've ever watched any race that's ever had a choose cone, that's not how it works. So.
No, Legends cars do it. I think at the summer shootout. I think they do it. Yeah, that's not how it works at all. Usually, if it's a late race restart, top 3 might take the inside or might take the preferred lane. Usually the inside.
Mm-hmm. Nobody's gonna pass up
the
the opportunity to restart outside front row.
Yeah, and even if they did go single file for the top, 8 cars, you'd be a fucking idiot in 9th not to go up there because you're more than likely going to find a hole in line at least by 9th place.
Yeah.
You're not going to drop that far. So, I mean, I think it'd spice things up.
Oh, absolutely.
I want to see people getting the, oh shit, which line am I doing in wreck under caution? That'd be fucking, or hit the cone or something.
That's the truck series. And I'm sure Angela Rutsch she'd give us a hell of a performance trying to choose her lane.
Yeah. That'd be gret though, man. Yeah, because she can't fucking choose her lane under green.
Yeah.
God. I think it'd be great.
Where the hell were we at? We were talking about Darlington too. So the rain just kind of ruined everything. Denny Hamlin kind of won, so that was like a kind of a deflator there.
Cool mask.
Yeah, great mask. That was cool. New Discord emote if you're in their Discord. The WinVal 8820 Discord. What the fuck's our server called? The WinVal's Great American Discord server. Yeah, it's a time. We got a lot of emojis in there. Anyways, well, I guess we should talk about the incident.
Which incident?
The Chase versus Kyle incident.
Oh, that incident. Yeah. Well, you started out because I'm sure I'll rant about this too. Let me feed my rabbit.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, man, it was. I don't think anybody was expecting that, and oh man, this. Yeah, this was a fun time. Well, it caused a lot of controversy. Obviously, you know about the Kyle Busch, the Chase Elliott incident. As Kyle Busch appeared to just dump Chase Elliott on the front stretch. Now later, they, I mean, it's just why. Okay, just watch. Okay, this is also a little awkward doing this by myself, but just watching it. It took me a full 24 hours before I heard all the interviews and I understood that it was indeed an accident. The thing that swayed me was that even the spotter cleared him up high, and he moved up high. So it's on the spotter, really. Shitty spotting job. But I just couldn't, like, Kyle, like, how many two championships now? Right? Or is he still got one? How many
championships?
Does he? When did he win? What was the second one?
15 and then last year.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I almost forgot last year happened. Man, that's
Yeah.
the Rona, man. Woof. Anyways, yeah, two-time champion Kyle Busch. This kind of ties back to the rookie mistakes by not so much rookies. Now, I understand, like, I guess it's especially when you're driving, real life, a lot of shit's going on. You're going to listen to your spotter. And he just kind of fucked it. But, man, you got to think about how many straightaways he's drove down in his career and how many times he's kind of like, pulled into line, and
It was bad.
It was bad. It was bad. It was bad.
I knew right when I saw it that it wasn't on purpose, because if he was wrecking him on purpose, it wouldn't have been that bad. Like it was, God, that was bad. He did the same thing to Truex at Bristol, but that's so much different because the straightaway's so small there. You're just coming off the corner. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But my God, that was bad. That was really bad.
I just like to take a second too. I talked about this on stream at some point. Okay, here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. I know NASCAR fans in a whole don't have the best reputation of, you know, having all their crayons in the box. But here's the deal. If you're going to talk about Chase Elliott, and especially if you're going to roast Chase Elliott, for the love of God, please spell his last name right. It's not that hard.
2 L's, 2 T's.
That's
all you get.
I told Travis, I was like, man, ever since that happened, can you imagine how many people have spelled Chase Elliott wrong in the past 24 hours? Like, I get, it's not that hard. I get you make a mistake, but like, holy shit, man. It's not, it really isn't that hard. Like, how many times have you watched NASCAR races and you've seen Elliott scroll across, especially even all the boomers? How many times have you watched Bill Elliott, his name, scroll across, and now Chase Elliott, and you still can't spell it right? Like,
there's two generations of that name in the sport, so there's no excuse.
I don't want to be that asshole that's like that. You know, always like I'm not a very good speller either. But like here's the deal: especially if you're gonna flame somebody up, you better spell it right, or you're gonna look like a fucking idiot, and your whole point is just compromised after that. All right, that's my.
Well, same thing. Spell Bush right. I saw people both of them wrong.
Yeah, that's.
Oh my God! I got this one jackass on my video. Let me find it. I guess this could be a dumb comment. God damn it! I can't find it. Basically, I made a shit NASCAR fans say video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. About it, it was themed off this whole incident, and somebody called me delusional and was like, "It's obvious that it was an intentional wreck and all this stuff." And then shortly after, Chase even came out and said he knew it wasn't intentional or whatever. But God, oh my, I just, man, I don't see how you can become so invested in any form of sport. Like when I was a Junior fan, if Junior fucked up, I saw it and I was just like, man, Junior fucked up. Oh well, on to the next week. Or somebody wrecked Junior and Junior's like, oh man, he just got loose. So I was like, yeah, he just got loose. These people who fucking argue, it's the same thing with like football fans who will just like, obviously some guy put his whole foot out of bounds or something, and they'll still 5 years later, man, we don't, that was our year if I didn't call it that way, you know. And it's just like, dude,
I mean, that's how it is with all sports, though. Like basketball, football, now, like, okay,
fuck them, fuck them. If you're that way, take a long walk off a short bridge.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The moral of the story is that, believe it or not, people are stupid.
You goddamn right they are. It just like it, I don't understand how you can become that invested. Borderline calls, yeah, I get it. Actual intentional wrecks, I get it. Even the Martinsville thing with Denny and Chase, that was bad, because Denny at least meant to hit him there. You know, it was obvious he meant to move him out of the way. He didn't mean to wreck him, but that was bad. But this deal where Kyle immediately got out and was like, I have too much respect to do that, and then I've seen Kyle Busch cause a lot of wrecks in my day, and I've never seen him tweet about it. Have you? Where he's like, man, I want to apologize. Like, I want to.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of that shit out of Kyle Busch, that's for sure.
Yeah, I want to apologize to Chase. Like, I mean, the dude went out of his way. He obviously did not mean to do it. And still, you have these motherfuckers still. I'm looking at it right now. My comment, somebody spelled Elliott wrong. Chase Elliott, 1T, is nothing but a little punk that thinks he's all respected. No one likes him.
Yeah, see, just point compromise. Just like, stupid. You're stupid.
Oh my God. Oh, here it is. This guy. Should I say his name? Are we allowed to name it, Shane?
I mean, if you're gonna say something stupid publicly, I mean, if your name's attached to it, I mean, you.
But we usually blur him out on the thing. It's a vlog account. It's his name and vlogs. This guy. Huh?
Just say the comment.
Okay. This guy is so delusional that this was an intentional wreck, and I'm this guy about this guy is so delusional. This was an intentional wreck. Chase was dumped. He deserves the bird. And every time I'm pausing, there's a period. I lost brain cells watching this video. Hopefully Chase doesn't get the boot like Larson.
Man, I hope he's not in the negatives.
Oh my God.
Oh,
It's
no.
like I've seen a lot of run-on sentences in my comment, but I've never seen so many just sentence fragments. I don't know. But anyway, back to the incident. It was bad. Chase's form though with that bird was something else.
That was great.
He stopped on the line, stood up tall, and then he kind of let it roll. Like he almost like touched his shoulder, with the hand and let his hand roll down and then let the finger fly up. I thought it was overall a 9.2 out of 10.
And he finished it off with a good, like, as he came by, a good rotation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and he just followed it.
It was very well. Yeah, great follow through. It was very well done.
Yeah.
And NASCAR definitely needed something like that. It was completely by fucking accident, but you know what? Hey, all right. It looks good for. Well, I mean, yeah, like it gets people invested. It gets people get some clicks. So
I just wish that the Rona stuff wasn't so serious that the teams could have not a fight breakout per se, but like I wish Gustafson would have been walking to the car and then one crew guy grab him and then like a shoving match. That would have made it. I feel like that would have made the whole situation a little better.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that didn't happen. We got the argument and the F-bomb on live TV with Busch and Gustafson. I can't say his name.
It's tough with.
Which did you see my tweet? Does he not look like Dave Portnoy's brother who made better decisions?
I don't think I saw it.
Oh man, it did pretty well for my standards, but I think Gustafson and Dave Portnoy are related somehow. But I guess moving on, if anybody's still listening, we need to talk about the Xfinity race and how that it proved once again, as if it hasn't already proved enough, that low downforce is the move.
Hell yeah!
All right. I don't know who started on pole because I didn't watch till about the last 30 laps because I was busy with some other stuff. But my God, those last 30 laps were all I needed to see.
Yeah, I mean the race.
Great.
The race was pretty like it didn't take very long, which was cool. It was dude. Oh man, I tweeted about it and I was like, man, like Cup was cool, Cup was great. The Wednesday race was a little bit better because I think the track was a little bit cooler and you get a little bit more grip. You can do a little bit more with it with the Cup package. But y'all know, man, Xfinity is where it's at. Composite bodies, so you can just doink it off the wall and keep on going, which is great. And then just the horsepower, man. Watching them be able to just hustle it around Darlington with the ass end. Like, all those dudes were yeagling off of turn 2. Like, you could see, like, everybody was fighting it off of turn 2. Oh, so good. It was so good.
And then, man, Briscoe. I wanted him to win, but it was almost too good to be true.
Yeah.
Because he made a lot of mistakes in that last run. Him and Allgaier slugged it out. A lot of people kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, Allgaier was hustling it too. I was proud of him, man. He was hustling it.
You don't see Allgaier drive that intense very often. I mean, there was that one restart where he just flat out doored Briscoe going down into one.
Yeah, he got up in there.
Both up on the wheel. They were bouncing it off the wall and just keep on going. Oh man, it was great. It was so great.
Yeah.
It was so great. God, it was great. And if we could see that, think about Wednesday night racing, Cup Series, the lights on bright, everybody watching, not everybody watching, but a lot of people watching. And if we had a race like that even, and then something like the Kyle and Chase incident happened, my God.
Yeah, no, it's just like the Cup cars are, I mean, every once in a while you'll probably get a good fit, but like Darlington, man, like you just like, I hate to say it, but like Cup Series wise, like that classic Darlington finish, like I don't think it's ever really going to exist as long as the cars, are the way they are. And it's just like you can get great finishes like that probably at some other tracks, but like as for like Darlington, you need that horsepower and you need like the track is too fucking, like I talked about this. Did you notice how like low they were cutting it off of turn 2 in the Cup Series? They were using more 1 and 2 than they have ever used just to escape the dirty air.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I noticed. Mainly because I had run Darlington in that Starcom race. Every time I see turn 2 now on iRacing, or not on iRacing, on TV, after running that track on iRacing, I just I cringe because turn 2 you cannot do it side by side on iRacing. I don't care how good you are. It's you're somebody's gonna wall it in some way. You can do it. I've done it, but it's really tough. But seeing them cut down to that apron right there, God, I wish we could do that on iRacing. That looks fun.
Yeah. But hey, speaking of Starcom, what the hell did you call that thing the last episode?
Oh yeah, the shake you like a son of a bitch machine or whatever. I don't know, but they got one right after we talked about it.
Yeah.
I see old Charlie. I forget his handle. It's like Wrench Turner,
Wrench
Twister. I don't think it's Wrench Twister.
Let me look him up here. No, this is a great follow. Here it is. At Wrench Twister 00.
Oh, it is Wrench Twister. Okay, so
Old
first
Charlie.
of all, go follow that dude because I don't know how to describe it, but he honestly gives the most insight to a shop on Twitter. Like I have never seen somebody, and it just shows that Starcom definitely isn't cheating because he shows everything. I mean, he shows literally everything.
Yeah, if you've ever wondered how what goes into prepping the cars, and just anything that goes in, to putting the cars out on the track, you'll learn. And for whatever reason, nobody's ever done that before. Like at all. Like obviously you'll see shots and stuff, but like he just goes in depth and he really tells you about how his stuff works.
And I don't know how to say his last name, but his name's Charlie. He was a part. He worked for Hendrick during the Jimmy Johnson era. He was part for all 5 of the 5 in a row, right?
He's a 6-time NASCAR champion.
Yeah, so he's got 6 championships. I think he's in like a dirt track Hall of Fame or something too, for dirt cars or something. Not driving them, but working on them. But he's a pretty sharp guy when it comes to race cars. So he's a definite. You need to follow him. He's probably followed you already because he follows a ton of people in the racing community. That's how I found him. He followed me. But yeah, I saw him. He posted a picture. They got one of those shake you like a son of a bitch machines. And that is big because I remember you saying that they never get their spring rights or springs right going to the track. So
no, that's a huge addition because that is like a lot of like even like just trying to think like Chicagoland, like some of those like bumpy tracks, Vegas kind of that's going to help out a lot, just understanding to get the car to travel, and a lot of that stuff. So. Ride heights, I guess, will hopefully help with that as well. Because Jesus Christ, man, sometimes they rough go at it. But it was really weird timing because as soon as that episode came out, here comes old Charlie tweeting about the what you call it again?
The shake you like a son of a bitch machine. I think is what I called it.
Yeah, so they got one of those, and man, it was a great time. I had people hit me up. I was like, man, how about that? How about that timing? But
I need to learn what it's called. The first time I saw it, it was pretty recent. I saw Stuart Haas got one, and so I messaged my buddy, and a lot of y'all probably know him from Cesara, Matt Ridgway, who works over there, and I was like, "What the fuck is this thing? I didn't know y'all had this thing because it's literally like driving on the track. They just shake the car and they have all like the laser scans of the track. It's really fucking cool."
Yeah. So So I did, I guess I'd like to have a little Starcom segment because y'all know me, I love me some Starcom. So briefly, the Sunday race, went awful for Starcom. I was listening to their audio, their spotter audio, their crew audio. And so long story short, they only made it like 20, 30 laps in before Quinn was losing fuel pressure and oil pressure. And it was just the car was just shutting off here and there. And so basically they had to bring it behind the wall. They lost like 80 laps or something. I think I guess they still beat Jimmy. That was the only reason why they were out there. Let's see. They finished 36th. So they beat Smithley, Jimmy Johnson, BJ McLeod, and Stenhouse because he ate shit. They replaced the entire fuel cell and they got him back out there and picked up those spots. So that was good for them. And let me tell you something. I even did not have a good reaction when the whole Landon Castle thing happened. He got canned from StarCom and they brought in Quinn. You can see my reaction. I made a 30-second video. I thought it came out pretty good myself. Didn't know anything about Quinn. He's a really weird story. Hopefully at some point we'll get him on whenever we get back to the racetrack. Maybe we can track him down and get him on the vlog. He's just a weird story because he really has not raced a whole lot like at all. He's done late models and he never raced trucks. Very limited Xfinity and very limited Cup with Spire, and then just full-time StarCom now. So a lot of people were shitting on him, and a lot of people were shitting on StarCom. A bit premature, if I do say myself. I'm obviously biased, but point being is,
I'll admit I was one of those people. I thought it was a bad move, but Quinn's proved me wrong.
Yeah, and it's very early in the season, but damn, he had a not a bad run. I like, he had never been to Darlington, so in that first race he had the fuel the pressure problems. So he really didn't get a whole lot of track time, but he just came out there and P26, baby. I mean, albeit, he had a lot of guys behind him who had problems. We got to talk about Brennan Poole at some point too, because he had a go at it. Obviously, Hunter Nemechek had problems. Blaney, he was racing Blaney there for a little while. Blaney ended up finishing. They were racing for the Lucky Dog at some point. But
what did Brennan Poole do? What did he do? I don't remember.
You don't remember Brennan Poole on the Wednesday night
in
the race?
Oh no!
Well, that caution came out during the and nobody talked about it either. So the caution came out late race, or towards the end of the race, and he was still out on the track. He was on the lead lap, and since everybody was a lap down, so he ended up restarting fourth.
Yeah.
And so what I didn't realize after that race, nobody talked about it, so nobody really knew. His transmission broke, and he finished 37th.
Oh.
So it was like, obviously he wasn't going to finish top 5, top 10, but he restarted up there, and he was going to have a lead lap finish because it was at the end of the race. Yeah. And they never mentioned it after that point, but he finished 37th with the transmission issues. So,
well, damn hell.
That sucks. It really does. But I'm proud, man. I'm really proud of Quinn. He finished a lap down, but he was fighting for that Lucky Dog most of the race. And he did really well for never having raced there. I'm telling you this. For whatever reason, StarCom has had really good cars at Darlington. I will still be upset. When they had Landon in the car at the 00, they raced the throwback race last year with the Silver Bullet. They were a top 20 car. And they had something about they did pretty good at the tracks with the older like Richmond. They landed, like, drove into the top 20 the spring Richmond race in 2019, and then they had those fuel pressure problems knocked them out of the race. So I don't know what the hell's been causing those problems, but long story short, man, Landon had a really good run there. He was a top 20 car. He ended up finishing, I think he finished 26th in that race too. 25th, 26th last year Southern 500, and this year they brought in Quinn, and he pulled out a 26th place finish. So good on him. I'm excited to see what he does the rest of the season. I hope he does well. I'm rooting for him, and I hope you guys are too.
You've made me a believer in StarCom. I honestly, when you first started rooting for StarCom, I wasn't fully invested, I guess I should say. I want to use the word meme because that a lot of people take that negatively. I don't take it negatively because, like, rooting for Norm Benning's kind of a meme, but, like, I still genuinely root for him when he's going to run good. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I saw StarCom. I thought it was just kind of an underdog thing. But the more I've watched him, it's like, even though the results don't necessarily show it, just from, like, being around you and seeing how much they've grown in the last, what's it been, 4 or 5 years?
Not even.
Maybe less.
Full time. They went full time in 2018.
Has it only been that long?
Yeah, and then
oh my God.
They didn't. They had a bunch of different drivers in 2018.
But didn't they race the Diddy and no, that was Carl Long in the 66, not the 99. Never mind. Okay, so in like 2 or 3 years, whatever it's been, they've come a long way.
They really have, and I kind of lucked out because they've honestly got their shit together for a smaller team coming into NASCAR. They've like genuinely got their shit together. Like unlike, well, fuck them. Like Rick Ware Racing and Premium and like all those like teams that's kind of like been dicking around for a long time. That's just not really made any progress for one reason or the other.
Premium doesn't even have their own truck. Remember, they leased their truck to come up to Martinsville.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing. They had Spires leeching off them too, so they were leeching off the Premium stuff, and they were leasing their. What a disaster.
I'll never forget. We're watching the fucking hauler parade, and all these nice haulers are coming in. Even the low budget teams have haulers that are at least like Starcoms didn't match their trailer back then, but it was at least their truck.
Yeah, they had this bright orange truck, and then they had a painted hauler, but it's goofy.
But here comes a Premium trailer, and you got some guy who probably doesn't even watch NASCAR, and he's just wondering why people are lined up watching him drive his truck in here to park it. And it says like, I forget what company, but it's like truck leasing. The guy's like blowing his horn, waving at everybody, and he don't know what the fuck's going on. Oh god, that was funny.
But yeah, I'm telling you, man, I'm really proud of them, and I think they'll be in the sport for a long time. Who knows where they'll end up going if they ever get to that, hopefully championship level. But especially like the last couple of years, man, it's been really tough for new teams to come in. Like it's not like it used to be. It's a lot harder, like the charter system and just how competitive it is these days. It's hard for a new team to really come in and actually do something. And they've put up some pretty damn good results, and they're getting better all the time, and they really are. So,
what if, because Derek Cope's a part owner in the team, right?
Yeah, I think his official title now is just he's like the GM, I guess. He's like just the team manager.
I was just thinking, what if we all ever saw Angela Ruck come up to Cup and run for Starcom?
You know what? I'd like to think they'd probably be smarter than that to put her in a Cup car.
Well, I mean, Derek could put in a word for his daughter. You never know.
Well,
food for thought.
Well, to be fair, Starcom has like 3 different owners, and I'd like to think all 3 of
those
them are
3 would tell him to fuck off.
Yeah, oh shit. Yeah. Well, anyways, what the hell else do we got to talk about? We got some, it's been a shitty 2 nights in iRacing for us.
Speak for yourself.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, yours happened first, so.
All right. Well, for those of you who have been living under a rock, everybody who's listening to this probably knows about Tits now because you stream it. So, I own and operate a league called Tits, Travis's iRacing Tomfoolery Series. I broadcast the league over on my channel as well. On Friday nights, we have a Super Speedway Series, the American Super Speedway Series, or ASCAR. So I like to pride myself in being iRacing's best and maybe only promoter. And wouldn't you say I do a fairly good job on it?
Oh, absolutely.
I think I'm one of the better promoters. I like to put myself in a... was Humpy Wheeler a promoter, or did he just own the whole place? I don't know. But I like to pride myself in promoting my stuff pretty good and making it a show more than just a race. So Friday night, I was setting up our session at Talladega, which does not have lights. You don't have to ask Bob. I can tell you it does not have lights. We found out. I selected, so iRacing gives you options. You can select sunrise or morning or whatever it is, afternoon, late afternoon, sunset, and night. Cozy. When I say, hey, why don't we meet at the restaurant late afternoon? What time are you planning for?
Probably like 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. Yeah, exactly. So the way iRacing works, I'm like, okay, late afternoon is 4 o'clock. Hour of practice, that's 5 o'clock. We're going green. Worst case, if they tack on an hour for qualifying, even though it's only 5 minutes, we'll go green at 6 o'clock, 50-lap race. Only way it's getting dark on us is if we have a million green-white checkers. I was like, we'll finish at sunset. Cars will look cool. It'll be a great experience for the viewers. If we do have a bunch of overtimes, the sun will start setting, and that'll be kind of a cool talking point, but it won't get dark. Late afternoon means about 6:30, folks, apparently. So practice started at 6 or 6:30. We qualified, and it was already starting to get dark. Halfway through the race, it does get dark. The lights on the pace truck were lighting up the start-finish line. The Sunoco signs were lighting up, but we could see. Fast forward to about 12 laps to go. I had Harry Tiller and Sam Watson from Bottom Split Night in America, up there in the booth, and we were commentating the race, what we could see of it. It was going good. About 12 to go. A couple of guys who were laps down running by themselves after we had gone through a cycle of green flag stops, wreck each other off of turn 4. Caution comes out. Spencer's leading. Cozy, you're second, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all go down pit road. Y'all do your stop. Cozy wins the race off pit road, and then we hit advanced darkness. I didn't think it could get darker than it was, but the screen just went black. We could not see anything. So all you could see were the lights on the pace truck. Then you start looking at the standings and timing and scoring, and Harry was somehow seeing things, and people were running into each other because they couldn't see each other. So we'd go watch on board. You'd see some poor bastard riding down the back straightaway. Then you'd just hear, bam, and wow, and he'd fucking go spinning out down the track.
We did
So
2
had
extra
people
pace
wrecking under
laps.
caution. Oh, God. Yeah, did delayed greens because there were wrecks under caution. Then we go green, and everybody wrecks at the start-finish line because they can't see. So we're like, all right, we're calling it. We'll figure out what we're going to do. Hunter King saved my ass because I was receiving death threats. Not really, but people were pissed at me. We're like, we're going to put up another race. It may or may not count for points. It's going to be half distance. Hunter put up money so we could at least guarantee something. Cozy won $12.50 of that because we ended up giving money for the first race too. Bryce Andrus won the second race, which was an absolute shit show. Then after the race, we made the decision to just cut off the lap that it actually went dark. Pretend like it started raining and do points for that. So Cozy ended up winning the race officially. And it was a big pain in the ass to go through the lap chart and figure out who finished where. But we're going to pretend like last night or Friday night did not happen in NASCAR. We did give everybody a drop week though. Nobody was fucked by the dark the way the points reflected it. Wherever they finished was because of how they drove beforehand, but we still figured we'll give everybody a drop week just in case something happened with the dark. So if worst comes to worst, they can drop that week and pretend it didn't happen. But yeah, from your seat, I haven't gone back and watched your stream yet. My mom was actually watching your stream. She texted, this is how bad it was. My mother texted me while I was broadcasting, and she's like, you might want to call the race. All the drivers are pissed. I'm like, my mom's fucking texting me about this. I'm like, this is a worst case scenario. Am I dreaming right now? And it's like, first the viewers are loving it because there's wrecking under caution and shit. So I'm like conflicted. I'm like, I might have a mass walkout of my drivers here. And then what am I going to do?
That's great.
Oh, good.
No, it got dark, and then it got dark, and then it got dark, and then it got dark. I got really lucky because he was like babying it into pit road when we were coming down, and I recognized that, and I was like, I can get in here real quick, and I really locked on it. Yeah, I locked on the brakes, and I got in there real quick, and I beat him out of pit road just barely, but that was like the winning move because when we came out of pit road, it was dark, and when I say it was dark, like you ever just like walked around like outside in the woods, and like you can kind of see a little bit. I already see, okay, it's a fucking game, it's a sim game, whatever. It's not perfect. So like the only things like when we went green, I actually told Preek since he was P2, I was like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. There's no rule against it. When the pace car pulls out, which it did, like literally the only light we had was from the headlights of it. It pulled away, so we couldn't see anything. So I was like, here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna go green right in the middle of the tri-oval because you gotta wait all the way till it goes green. So we just went. Nobody could see us anyways. It was literally black. The screen was black. The only things you could see was the little teeny lights on the catch fence that actually gave you like a little, like you could kind of tell how far away from the wall you were by seeing the little green lights on the fence. And then other than that, you kind of had to just like turn You feel the apron, you kind of just drive on it. We couldn't go full speed because it was black. It was just black. So we went in the middle of the tri-oval. Nobody knew we were going. Pre was just kind of hanging on. I was hanging on, and then obviously the caution came out, and then we wrecked. I probably wrecked 3 times under caution, just bouncing off of people because we were trying to catch the pit. It was a mess. That was NASCAR.
Funniest part about it was it got to a point where I couldn't even see this, but there for a while, all I could see of the cars were the digital dash inside. I could see them through the windows, and that's how I could make out there was a car there. And then I was like, well, I'm just gonna have to go onboard cameras only, and then I couldn't even see from that. I did not know it would get that dark. I did not know, because it got to a point where it got dark, and we started doing the broadcast radio style, and Sam was like saying when he was on his camera from the backstretch, he couldn't really see off of turn 2. And I was like, okay, that's not really that bad though, because you could still see. And then I don't know what happened, but it just, God, it just, I mean, it was like we just weren't there anymore. I don't know.
It's like there was no moon. It was basically like there was no fucking moon. Speaking of which, I don't, this is just a side story. I still got to edit this video tonight for tomorrow. I did this, the NASCAR 4 episode of Darlington. And obviously, you know, it goes day to night transition. I might be onto something. I also might be a fucking idiot, but there's a possibility that I think NASCAR Heat didn't put in a moon.
That wouldn't surprise me.
During the night races. I was driving around Darlington in the video, and I was just looking for it, and I couldn't find it.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Okay. Anyways,
but yeah. Speaking of dumb promoter, well, what is there something else about ASCAR?
No, I was laughing about FTF.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I guess they tried to one up me.
Yeah, all right.
Little gimmick.
All right, here's the thing. FTF has been around for a long time. I really don't know anything about it, but David and Derek have been racing with them for a long time. They've done it in 2003. They've branched out iRacing. I think everything's going iRacing now. Long story short, again, I don't really know a whole lot about them, but from what I understand, they're a bunch of fucking idiots, and I don't like, with all due respect, but they're a bunch of goofballs, and it's kind of like half-assed. They do an all right job, but man, they do a lot of questionable shit. And tonight, I probably had one of the worst nights I've ever had sim racing. Not that you guys really like it, probably you guys, most of you were probably there, hopefully. If you're not, you know, who gives a shit. But long story short, they tried to pack 60 stock cars, Xfinity cars on the Charlotte 1.5 mile oval. And right at the last second, as we were going green, they were like, oh, the other 30 cars on the field, they're not really quite caught up, so we need another pace lap. They said, we might need another pace lap. We were in the restart zone, and we went, and then everybody checked up. I asked Pack Derek Justice, and literally ruined my night on the start because I just was down straightaway speed the entire rest of the night.
Favorite part of that sequence, because I saw that, was when you ass pack him, then everybody goes again, so you start to go, and then everybody stops, and you almost wreck it because you get on the brakes so hard.
Yeah, I had my brake bias low because that's another thing. This partially to blame on iRacing because they broke the dynamic tracks, so like there's only one groove at Charlotte, and that's like clipping the little apron thing they got there. It sucks. It's stupid. So like they were like, you know what we could do? Let's just make a really shitty setup that just pushes straight to the wall. That'll help. It did. So that was basically that, and so that was so I had my brake bias really low, and then we stopped again, and I like really stopped, and I almost wrecked trying to stop, so I didn't ass pack somebody else. And then somebody decided to drive across my nose, got more damage from that, and then I got involved in another wreck. Got nose damage from that, and then I finally got finished off and got hit right in the nose by somebody getting nailed into the wall. So that was FTF, ladies and gentlemen. It was a mess, like it usually is. But all right, your turn.
I don't. 60 cars at Charlotte. I almost took part in it. Then I realized it was Charlotte. I knew the setup was tight. I didn't know that they were gonna Frankenstein one and make it tight. I don't know why they'd do that. I'd rather sit back and watch this shit show. Cause I want to say it's something I'd do, but I wouldn't even do that because that was not an enjoyable shit show. You know what I mean? It wasn't like it was 60 cars in a pack. It was 60 cars out there hating their life.
Yeah,
That's not fun.
Yeah,
that's not fun to watch. The guy LePaging or whatever you want to call that was pretty funny. But other than that, there was nothing that good about it. I don't know. I like running FTF here and there when there's a short track. I know there's an off week coming up, I think, and then I think they're going to Oxford Plains at some point pretty soon.
Yeah,
I'll probably run that against my better judgment. I think they're going to IRP. That'll be fun. Iowa, which isn't a short track, but I might run it because it's kind of fun to race on iRacing. But yeah, I don't like the 1.5 miles on iRacing. I don't see myself ever really running 1.5 miles again unless I commit to a full season of something.
All right, so what's up with this this next thing?
Oh, okay. So this is big news. I don't have it's been publicly announced, so I'm not really part of the announced committee, I guess I should say. But I figured I'd throw it out there. Barstool Sports is coming to iRacing now. It's gonna be, I don't know the schedule yet, to be honest. They haven't handed that out. But this Tuesday, unless they change it because of the race going on Tuesday, this Tuesday there should be recruitment races again in the hosted sessions. It'll be called Barstool iRacing or Barstool Sports League. Anybody's welcome to come out there. You don't have to win the race to get an invite. They're going to be inviting a few people. I'll be in the league. I got AJ McCarron in there, and then they've said they're getting some other drivers in there as well. I know Anthony Alfredo and Ty Gibbs have been announced, but there's some rumblings that some pretty big names are going to be in there. So even if you don't make the cut or whatever, however they're going to do it, I'm not involved in like the applications process or anything. The races will be broadcast. I said bottomed on broadcast. Bottom split. They'll be broadcast on Bottom Split live on Twitch. So Jordan Worth and all those guys, they do a great job. It's going to be kind of a laid back, fun league to watch. And they're trying to not make it full of pros. I don't think they're allowing any of like the Coke Series guys, and they're not really allowing many high level drivers in there. Hence why I'm in there. But I honestly don't know if I'm going to be racing. I'll be there Tuesday, but I might be. The last Tuesday I ran Phoenix race and ran really well in it. Got wrecked. I dominated their Martinsville race and won it, and then I did some admin shit for the third one. So I may just be doing admin shit for this on Tuesday. But I encourage anybody who wants to be a part of it to come out. It should be a good time. It's going to be pretty cool to see. Hopefully it all works out. I don't know. I'm not involved any behind the scenes, so I don't know really what their plan for it is. But I'm behind it because I like Barstool and I like what they're doing.
All right.
Maybe Cozy will show up. I don't know. Maybe he might. Honestly, I think Cozy's too good. But maybe we can pull some strings and get him in there.
That'd be pretty fun. What is it, Tuesday?
The recruitment shit is Tuesday, and then the actual races should be on Thursdays, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's right. You told me that. Yeah, I probably
Thursday
won't be there Tuesday. But
yeah, I don't know. Hey, like I said, go to Bottom Split's Twitter. They tweeted a thing about it, and then there's Barstool iRacing on Twitter. That's the official thing. They haven't really promoted that Twitter too much, but they're trying to get it going, and that'll cover a lot of it. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm pretty excited to be a part of it in some way, shape, or form.
Alrighty, well that's just about all we got. We wrote down Cats because I don't know if you heard her at any point, but
I haven't heard her at all. I don't think.
All right, yeah, I was gonna say I know Discord doesn't pick up quite as bad as the OBS, but yeah, my cat right now, Mustache, she's big horny. She's in heat right now, and she's doing a lot of moaning and stuff. So I don't know if you heard her at any point, but if you did, that's what the hell that is. Your cat ate shit, right?
Yeah. I need to post this on Twitter. I'll post this video on Twitter if I get tweet me and remind me. That'll be your homework, chat. At It's Moonhead on Twitter. Tweet me about the cat video, and I'll tweet it out. But basically, my fat cat. So I have a lot of pets. For those of you who don't know me, I have 3 dogs officially right now, but it's looking like I'm about to officially have 4. Really, we have 6 dogs here right now because my aunt's dogs are over here while she's in the process of moving. One of those dogs is probably going to be mine because I've really fallen in love with that dog. And she gets along with my other dogs. But anyway, so I got 3 dogs right now: a pig, a rabbit. One of my cats just passed away not too long ago, and I have one more cat that's in the house full time. And then I adopted another cat from the shelter a little over a year ago to take care of some of the rodents and birds and just nuisance pests around the house. And he stays outside for the most part, but he'll come inside every once in a while. But he was sitting on our front window, and we keep him and our other inside cat away from each other because you know this, Cozy. Cats, they're little. Sometimes
Assholes.
they just don't get along. Yeah. Sometimes you can introduce 2 cats and they'll be cool. Other times no. So we just don't want to take the chance. Big reason. I'm 100% against declawing cats.
Yeah,
But
me too.
my cat is declawed. That's just the way it was. Wasn't my choice. It wasn't really our choice at all. But the inside cat is. The outside cat obviously isn't, because any chance we had not to declaw one, we wouldn't declaw one. The outside cat was sitting on the outside of the front window. God, I ramble really bad. This story should have been like over 2 minutes ago. Cat sits outside on the front window looking at the birds. Well, then our fat inside cat, and I'm talking, he's a chonky bastard. He jumps up on the window on the inside, and they're just looking at each other, and they're trying to figure out like what's going on because they're looking through the windows at each other. Well, then the inside cat gets kind of freaked out because he's too fat to be walking on the windowsill thing. So he starts trying to walk backwards, and one of his feet slips because he's too fat to fit up there, and he just eats shit, and he like does the little thing where he falls out and tries to catch himself on some boxes. Oh my god, it's fucking funny. So I'll tweet it if somebody reminds me.
It's a good video. It's a great video. Well, that pretty much brings us to this week. I guess we gotta make some picks, and then hopefully for the 3rd episode, we'll remember those picks.
Yeah. Can we just do cup picks?
Yeah.
Because there's no way in hell I'm gonna remember with all these races coming up this week.
Yeah, I think cup. Yeah, the 600 and then the 300 horse shit race, whatever.
Yeah, we got 2 Charlotte races right before.
Yeah, so once again we got Cup, obviously the 600 tomorrow for us. Whenever you listen, you know when the fuck it is. Then the day after that, Monday Xfinity race, Tuesday trucks, and then Wednesday Cup again. And then
I pick
Bristol.
On Sunday. I pick. Don't know why, but I feel like this is Denny Hamlin's year in the 600. I feel like that's going to be a Denny Hamlin race. I don't know why, but I just feel it.
Okay. Oh boy. I'd like to. Oof, man. I don't know how I feel. See, I'm kind of like Truex, man. Can we? I just want to take a second. I was like unconscious for most of the race.
God damn it!
What?
I should have picked Kyle Busch.
I mean, you can change your pick.
All right, I'd like to change my pick, Cozy. Kyle Busch wins on Sunday.
Okay. What I was trying to say is 2016. Again, I was passed the fuck out for most of the fucking races. I was at the track for the 500, but Truex. What did he lead? Like all but 8 laps of the Coke 600 that year.
It was something ridiculous like that. I think it was in the 390s.
Yeah, that is. I'm surprised. Like, I'm not surprised, but like that should really get talked about more. Like, boring fucking race, but like, holy shit, 600 miles, 400 laps, and you lead all but like 8 of them. That's really fucking impressive. That doesn't get enough attention. So I'm gonna take Truex has been pretty solid at Charlotte. I'll take him. I'm not very confident about that pick, but maybe he'll surprise me. So that brings us to Wednesday. You're up.
Wednesday, Joey Logano.
Solid pick. Oof. I kind of I back in my head I really wanted to pick Jimmy Johnson for one of these races, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
No.
So I'll take old Kevin Harvick. I mean, that's a pretty basic pick, but I bet like it was so basic I almost had a stroke trying to say it. But yeah, it's the thing though. It's hard picking because like you don't have practice, you don't have any of that shit, and then obviously like NASCAR is just like really getting back restarted. So, it's too early to. It's basically like the season just started, so it's you kind of figuring out who's figured it out, who's strong and who's not, and all that stuff. But yeah, I was gonna say we talked about it earlier, but yeah, they after this, man, they need to seriously consider the amount of practice that the Cup teams get.
Oh, 100%. I listened to Dale Jr.'s podcast the other day on a drive, and he honestly he said about the same thing we were saying on the first one. No, we don't think he listens to us because there's going to be that one asshole who comments that. But he was basically saying that there should be concerts and all that stuff at the tracks because the biggest argument for like 2-day shows are the track owners themselves, because they don't want people there for less time. More time they're there, more money spent. So that would be a problem. You'd have to make the racing, like I said, more of an event, make it a full weekend. But yeah, 100%. I think an hour of practice. That's it.
Yeah. I think that's a good amount.
Qualifying for you need to qualify for races. I think they should still do qualifying and make qualifying the show it used to. I remember when qualifying was a big deal.
Oh,
it
man.
was somewhat interesting watching fucking people like Newman go out there and fucking send it.
Oh man, dude, like every once in a while, like every like month or two, one of those like Twitter accounts posts like a qualifying clip from like the mid 2000s, and like everybody's like, oh wow, like, oh cool. Let me tell you something, man. I don't understand. I don't understand. You know why I don't understand? Because like those years, there's a lot going on, but like just the overlays were so much better. Like when you would watch qualifying, I loved it because they did it for, I don't even know why it went away. But
the little like tracker thing, it went back and forth.
Well, like that stuff too, but like just as simple as like when you were watching single car qualifying, and the clip I'm thinking of is as a Brickyard 400 one year. I don't remember what year. I don't even remember what car it was, but just like basically what it was is like they did this for years. It was like a starting grid. It had everybody's car numbers, and it was just 2x2. And then when they finished their qualifying run, you'd see their little number pop up where it would be in the field. It was brilliant. Yeah. But like you were saying, like the tracker stuff, like all that stuff was like so much better, and it just sucks now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree. And I mean, qualifying wouldn't be exciting with this package anyway.
Yeah.
At least not at most tracks, like Bristol and shit and Martinsville. I honestly, I used to not really care about qualifying, but this year watching qualifying at Martinsville, that was actually pretty fun. Watching them actually get after it.
Yeah.
Or last year, I guess it was. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to watch qualifying at Charlotte. They're just going to be wide open.
Let me tell you something.
Hugging the white line down the back straightaway.
Let me tell you something. Another reason why this package is such horse shit. Qualifying back in the day used to be cool because they actually had a horse, like those, they were fucking hustling those cars. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the reasons why I love Indianapolis and the 500 so much. And that's why I always try to go out there for you roast me, for qualifications every year. Oh,
that's what they're it qualifying.
That's what they're called. It's tradition. It's qualifications.
Oh, fucking Christ.
So anyways, like, and granted, they have a lot more preparation, and they try to get so much more out of those cars for like as compared to like just basic NASCAR qualifying, right? Like they're there for not like it used to be, but they're there for a couple of weeks, just working on the fucking cars for the oval stuff. But watching qualifying is so fucking intense for that shit, and it's kind of like similar to what it used to be back in like NASCAR. Like, you know what, man, when they used to roll like what was that one year, the Brickyard, like there was like 60 cars that tried to qualify, like back, like, dude, those, like, everybody was like, you know, working on qual trim, and they were trying to get as much as they possibly could out of those cars. Like, man, those are good times. And that's why, like, the 500-man qualifying, if you don't watch it, you should watch it.
See,
especially when they have bump day.
That's what I was about to say. That's one reason I want to go to the 500 one year. I want to see the qualifying, because that takes some balls, because they have those cars on the edge, and they're fucking, God, I just knocked the fuck out of my wheel with my hand. They send it down into the turns at about 230 or whatever, and they're just fucking hustling it. Oh man, God, that's cool.
It is, dude. I'm telling you, man. I have developed a love for it. Just the whole event, and it's like there's so much more to it. But like, dude, just the qualifying itself, man. The stones it takes, and there's so many different, like, the run for the pole is always a big deal, and just seeing how fast the cars get up to every year. And then you have the, you know, obviously the mid-pack guys, whatever. And then it's all – bump day was kind of horse shit last year. The way bump day should work is how it was its best was – now, I'm not much of an IndyCar guy, so hold my beer here. But bump day was like its own day, and you just had all the way up until I think 5 they cut it. And you get it in line, you fucking go out, if you know you could abort your run, whatever. This year, you got one attempt and it was it. Or it was that's
why
last year.
Hinchcliffe, right, didn't make it. Was that last year? There was a big fuss about him not making it.
Was it? Nah, it wasn't last year, was it? He was in the field last year. It was the year before that he didn't make it.
Who didn't make it last year? Somebody relevant didn't make it.
Alonso didn't make it last year.
That's what it was.
Yeah. He only got one attempt, and Kyle Kaiser, with the fucking team's pronounced Juncos, but we all call it Juncos because that's what they are. Yeah, they're dude, that was such a cool story, man. I actually didn't even go to the track that day because it didn't look like qualifying was going to happen. It rained and it rained and it rained, and they ended up squeezing it in, and I just didn't bother going to the track. I really wish I would have, but yeah, man. Oh, dude, it's so cool. And it's just one of the great things, one of the few things that makes like the whole 500 experience so good. But yeah, just the absolute stones, man. Like Hinchcliffe last year, yeah, because he didn't make it the year before. Oh man, I feel so bad. You can actually, I have to send it to you. I don't know if you see it. For all you listed it, all you gas holes. So obviously 2018. I think if I got my years straight, I usually don't. But Hinchcliffe didn't make it. And the year after that, which is 2019 last year, I was sitting in turn 2, and he came out for his qualifying run, and man, they were hyping him up. You're like, yeah, man, battling back, this and that, and they were hyping him up. And here he comes on his first up to speed lap. Eats fucking shit in turn 2. Eats shit. I felt, dude, everybody felt so bad. I caught it on my GoPro. I'll never forget that sound it made. You could, it wasn't a great view of it. Because it was pretty far away, but you could see him, the rear end start coming around. You could just hear the, and then just the smack that it made. I'll never forget.
Yeah, I saw that wreck. Because I was looking for his 2015 wreck. I think it was in qualifying or in practice or whatever it was. The one where he turned him into a kebab or whatever.
Yeah, that one almost killed him.
I was looking for that, and I came across that one. See, I don't understand how the qualifying for IndyCar works. I don't really understand IndyCar. Honestly, I've been thinking I kind of want to watch IndyCar. I know I roast their like attendance and shit a lot, and it is kind of boring from what I've watched. But honestly, the lack of speed, I'm not one of these speed nuts really, but just the lack of quality racing we've seen in Cup as of late, I'm willing to give IndyCar a chance.
Yeah.
Because I love watching the Indy 500 every year. Even though I don't understand qualifying and all that, I still tune into qualifying just for the hype aspect. And I love watching the 500. It's just a habit at this point.
Yeah.
Even when they're boring, I love watching it. I don't know why. It's just such a cool thing.
Yeah, that's a fun thing. I feel like I've been doing it my whole life now, but I've only been going. I've gone. Well, this would have been my 5th straight year, I think. But yeah, that's what I love about it, because they have these traditions, and they don't stray away from you know what I mean? Like just little things change here and there, like maybe like bump day and stuff. Honestly, they didn't have bump day for the longest time until it came back in 2017, I think. Yeah, bump day is phenomenal, but yeah, just a straight up 4-lap average, man. You get your warm up lap, and then you just get 4 laps and just fucking send it, and they take your lap average, and that's what you got. But man, dude, just 4 laps. It's not just traditional, like, just one good one, best time you can get. It is, you got to do 4 perfect laps, and you can do 1 or 2, but putting a full 4 together, it's just unique, and they've been doing it for so long. It's just one of the cool things about it. And yeah, man, it's fucking badass, I'll tell you that.
Well, now you got me hyped for a race that's not happening.
Yeah,
I wish it was happening, man.
Well, I'll tell you this.
I gotta go to one. I need to go. I say it every year, like, maybe next year, but I need to go to an Indy 500.
Oh, dude. August is gonna be crazy because it's gonna be really fucking hot and the track's gonna be slick. The race probably won't be very good, but if you pay close enough attention, somebody's gonna eat major shit. But somebody, the driving aspect. That's the one good thing. See, they had the DW12 era, which was, the cars looked fucking stupid, but it was basically like a drafting race, and it was just like, it was crazy every year. They put it back in the driver's hands, which I appreciate. Unfortunately, going from the crazy draft era to this, everybody's like, yeah, it's I feel like some people have kind of it's kind of died back down a little bit as for like just the race itself. But man, being there and watching them hustle it in person, man, it's an experience, I'll tell you that. But yeah, August is gonna be pretty crazy if it happens in August, assuming it's hot and slick, and geez, I might melt. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
That is one instance where I'll say, yeah, maybe next year, because I am not going in August. But
yeah. Aside from that, though, the street courses, man, are fucking fun, because they don't have power steering in those cars, so like, oh geez, they just hustle the shit out of it, man.
I want to go to a race on a street course. That's something we need to do. We need to just hit the road sometime and like plan I don't know where we'd find the money. So if anybody out there with money's listening and want to sponsor we'll come up with a cool name for it. But we just hit up a bunch of different races of different sorts, whether they're fucking dirt tracks, Indy cars, NASCAR. I want to go to the F1 race in Texas. I don't know if that's ever going to happen again. I don't know what the deal is with that, but I'm assuming it's going to happen again.
Yeah, they fixed. Let me go on my quick rant. They fixed. Coda got pretty bumpy, and F1 didn't like it because they're pussies. So they basically they shaped the track back up, so it's not it's.
How did it get bumpy? It's been there for like 2 months.
I don't know. There was
I remember when that thing was new, don't you? I remember
yeah. But there was like this one specific bump. I don't know if there's other ones, but I remember that they F1 didn't like it. IndyCar was kind of pissed because they're like, what the fuck, man? We know how to race. Like, we ain't pussies. But I need to go to an F1 race in the next year or two. I'm game. If you're game, we'll figure out the logistics. It's happening. I don't know where. I don't know. I've never been to Texas. I'd like to go to Texas. I think.
Yeah,
it'd be pretty
cool. Texas would be our best bet. They don't do Montreal anymore, do they?
No, they go to Montreal.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I don't watch. F1's boring as fuck. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, but I want to go to a race because there's supposed to be a big deal. I mean, I guess we could get passports and go to Canada, but how far is Montreal from you? It can't be that much further than Texas, or Texas can't be that much further, can it?
Honestly, off the top of my head, I honestly have no idea. I would assume Montreal may be a little closer, but I have no
Worst
idea.
case, you could drive down here and then we could fly to Texas.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that'd work. But I like the road trip aspect. So if you wanted to just drive down there, then we could hit I-20 and drive to Texas.
I'd be down to do that. Drive down there, and then we drive the rest of the way. I'd love to drive.
Well, see, now we just need a sponsor for this. So
who wants to send us to? We gotta I really want to make it big time. So maybe sponsors or tracks or something will pay us to go to and vlog at their track. That's We need to get on that. We need to start hitting up tracks. Hey, give us money.
We can review their food. Like, What if we just started with dirt tracks and just went like tried to find the best dirt track concession food we can find in the country? That's a market that has not been touched yet. And Dixie Speedway's chicken that's in hot sauce or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know what it's called, but my God, they'd be in the running. That is some of the best goddamn chicken I've ever had. I go down there. I spend more money. I go help my buddy down there who races sometimes. And I'll spend more money in a night on chicken than he spends in damages that night. I mean, I'm fucking, God damn, that chicken's fucking awesome. It's great.
Awesome. We're gonna have to wrap up the podcast. We're gonna start talking about food again. But Eldora, the one time I went, I'm still so happy I went because I've never been back, and who knows when I'll ever go back. But 2017 One Summer Classic there for the truck series. Me and my buddy Brody, there was a cart that was sitting behind us, and it was meat on a stick, and we got meat on a stick. They handed us a stick and it had meat on it. It was great. I don't know what kind of meat it was, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
Well, that's wonderful.
Also, that brings up another side story. The one time I went to Kokomo, Indiana. It's got this fucking cool ass dirt track. It's super like short, but it's really wide, and we've
my future wife probably.
Anyways, so the track's really cool, and they run the sprint car race after the 500, and every year we're always like, we're gonna do the double this year. We're gonna do 500. Wake up at 4 a.m. Okay, here's the thing. That's another thing. You got to do the full Indy 500 experience with this once, because it's basically like there's a Monday practice after qualifying, and then that's basically it for on-track activity until carb day. So basically it starts, I think, Wednesday or Thursday, and it's just all dirt track stuff. And then the little 500 on Saturday night, which takes us to about like 11 o'clock at night. And then we hit up Steak and Shake, get a 7x7, eat as much as we can of that, pass out for like 2 hours, wake up at 4 a.m., go to the track, dick around till the race starts, watch, get through the 500. And then there's that fucking Kokomo race. We did it once, and it fucking rained, and I guess it was one of those you had to be there moments. But we were sitting there in the grandstands, and they got through some of the stuff, but you could see this giant, you're sitting there in a track and you see that fucking cloud off the corner, and it's just dark. It is like the clouds are just black, and it's about to go down. And we're sitting there, and it goes down. It starts fucking pouring, and we're sitting there underneath the bleachers, and this poor bastard is still out there in the rain cooking his fucking dry ass chicken. Like a fucking trooper. He had a fucking he was holding something over his head so he wasn't getting wet, but he's just fucking out there grilling in the pouring ass rain. He's a fucking legend. That was according to I'm not from Indiana. I'm from misconception, because I end up out there a lot, but I'm a good old Maryland boy. Indiana's my second home at this point, but so that's part of the ritual going to Kokomo your first time. You get this. They make these really dry chicken sandwiches, and that's what he was working on. And
they weren't dry that night.
They were not dry that night. That's for damn sure. But it was that dude will forever be a fucking legend.
I don't know why that I guess the meat on the stick really triggered this memory. We were at the Atlanta race one time, and this Indian guy had a trailer set up, and he had all sorts of concessions out there in the parking lot, and he had corn dogs, and
Ooh.
My dad ordered a corn dog.
What was the last time you had a corn dog? It's been a minute for me.
I don't like corn dogs.
You don't?
I'm not a big corn dog guy. I don't like hush puppies either, so I don't know. I'm weird. But anyway, he orders a corn dog. Guy goes back there, and he comes back out, and he hands my dad a corn dog that doesn't have the stick on it. And the guy didn't speak very good English, and I shit you not, his words were, "I give to you free because no handle." And he handed him the little corn dog without a stick, and my dad got a free corn dog. I don't know why, but we've told that story for years. It was so fucking funny, man.
It is. I mean, yeah, it was kind of awkward, I guess, eating a corn dog without a handle.
But I give to you free because no handle. I don't know. It was so funny to me. I don't know why.
Okay, my turn. I don't know why that. Okay, I guess it was okay. wow, this might come off a little racist, but the speech there, I know I've told you this story, but this is just one of my all-time favorite racing memory. Like just being at the track, like just like if you go to tracks enough, you just see stupid shit and like shit happens, and I don't know, you just experience things. It's a great time. Anyways, the year is 2017. Takuma Sato is the defending Indy 500 champion. God bless him. He's a fucking badass. Yeah, so we were there 2017. The month is is it July? Did they change it? I don't think it changed. I think it was July. If not, it was September. No, I think it was July. It was July. Okay. Anyways, so we're sitting there, and there's these it was like just after, I think it was after the Xfinity race. Bill Byron had won, and we were just kind of hanging out behind victory lane because we didn't have anything else better to do. The media center's kind of there, and we're just kind of hanging out, watching drivers go by and watching people go after autographs and stuff. It was a good time. We're just hanging out, and these 4 Japanese fellas approach us, and they had come all the way because Takuma Sato was a big fucking deal when he won the 500, and I'm not sure why, but they just were like, you want to take a picture with us? We want to take a picture with you. And we're just yeah, to us. Like, they didn't know who the fuck we are. We're just race fans. We're there for they were there for the NASCAR weekend. They're experiencing Indianapolis Motor Speedway because Takuma Sato.
A couple of white guys.
Yeah, we were sunburnt. We were in racing t-shirts. Like, can we take a picture with? And yeah, we we all pose with these guys, and then we have somebody take a picture. And the words I will never forget. As they get their camera back, and we're like, yeah, and they all give us the thumbs up, and they say, "We love America." That was the greatest. To this day, will be probably one of my fondest memories at a racetrack ever.
That's fucking awesome. I don't think you ever told me that.
I had to have told you at some point. I had to get that on a podcast at some point. That was just the most fucking random fucking. It is funny to this day. Like, it hasn't been that long ago, but it's been a couple years now. And my buddy Brody, who I took the picture with, these 4 random Japanese dudes who are just fucking experiencing some NASCAR. Every once in a while, I'll just be sitting there and he'll text me, "We love America," and he'll send me a couple of thumbs up, and oh my god, fucking hilarious, awesome. Man. Oh shit. Man.
Oh, well, I guess we're done, aren't we?
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be able to top that one.
Oh man, yeah, I don't have anything that tops that one.
I think it's a good note to go on. Make sure y'all give us your predictions if you're watching on YouTube. If not, well, it's kind of awkward. But Coke 600, man, hope you guys enjoy it. I hope it's a good race. It probably won't be. There's always good portions of it. Somehow, some way, there always seems to be one bad crash. You ever notice that? The 600 somehow always they're remember that one year, Keselowski and Chase Elliott, the oil situation and that ass package.
That was big.
The one year they had the cable problem. The 600, I guess, is just long enough for something stupid to always happen. So
last year was pretty good. So maybe honestly, last year I thought Charlotte had one of the better races with this package.
Yeah, especially at nighttime. Once the track starts cooling off, it starts getting a little grippy.
But yeah, I'm kind of excited. I mean, I'll take anything at this point.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I think it'll be pretty good. But before we go, got to remind everybody once again to review us on Apple Podcasts and all that stuff, wherever you want to listen. Let us know if there's somewhere we don't know about. I think we covered everything major. We're on iHeart, for God's sake. It's not 2010, so. But yeah, I'm excited.
Hell yeah, me too. So that's gonna. You know what? It's funny. We're right at 2 hours and 18 minutes, which I think is how long the first one ended up being. So,
okay.
How about that consistency? Pass it on. All right. Thanks for listening, all you Gatsouls out there. Hope you guys enjoyed episode 2. We'll be back next Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Yeah. Okay. That's. All right. We're gonna end this now. Thanks for listening. Yeah, we'll work on that. This is only episode 2. Shut up.